All right, go ahead and commence with the jokes. Let them continue.
The continuation continues from the jokes.
There is some
Sounds
very,
cool
very. If you're
for
listening in the
jokes.
listening world right now, there was very inappropriate chat coming on before we started here, and it's all my fault.
How you doing, chat?
All right, we're all sunglassed up today, and we're all styling because it's Summer Games Fest time.
We're trying to
Ooh.
protect ourselves from all the shiny new games.
Yeah,
The
all the
UV
shiny
rays
UV.
of that Starfield is too bright.
And I'm not gonna lie
Danger
too.
zone.
We're also protecting our eyes here from some of the cancer that came out of these summer games. So, you know, it's a little bit of both. Okay, I cannot see right now. I'm literally
You'll
blind.
be the odd one out. You'll be the odd one out.
I'm gonna be the odd one out. I'm literally blind right now. So what I'm gonna do? I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and take these off.
And these are way too big for my head.
I think they
I
look
guess it's-
great.
It's just
What?
me and Everis
So
now. I guess
bright
being
in here.
I think they look great.
If I saw you on the beach during summer, Zenith, I would totally approach. That's how good they look on you.
I'd approach him and ask if he's the chosen one.
What? Oh, like Neo?
Yes, there you go.
Let's go
Yeah,
get
I'd be Zeno.
let's go get you some RoboCop glasses.
Oh yeah.
Or those 90s like ski looking ones. The ones that look like ski goggles, but they're sunglasses.
Yes. and
Yeah.
wear like a nice furry hat. Go over
I,
top
Yeah.
of it.
I see you in like star-shaped glasses.
Okay, okay.
A little bit of
Like-
Elvis in him.
Or like the tiny little like.
Oh, the John Lennons?
Could you imagine him? And yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Or like
The
a
John Lennons were-
Elton
you
John.
think
Elton
like-
John, yes.
Like Mana Bynes. Like one of her like many movies.
I'm looking at the chat here during our whole discussion. Let's see. That was a Morgan moment, but Eric, I was like, yep.
We're all in Terminator mode.
Someone here said turn it, spin it, bop it. All right. Here we go.
Ah, funny.
Good friends, good games. It is June 17th. We've reached a couple milestones here, guys. We did not get it last week, but we finished episode 20. So we made it 20
Ooh.
episodes. And
I was there for all of them.
you were.
Same.
You were. You were in the background saying, no, don't say that. No, wait, say that. You know, so you're there for all of it, Everis. So the other milestone is we've been doing this for a year.
Oh, is it? Is that true?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because
And-
the first episode was literally Hannah's birthday celebration.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Hannah and Leshki literally just had a birthday, I think, a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've been doing this for a year.
What the?
Jesus.
Where the hell did the time go?
Where did your life go? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Time, but that's just basically the same thing.
What
Mhm.
what have we been doing with my life?
I don't know. Anyway.
Anyway, how you guys all been? How have
Oh.
we been?
Been fine, you know,
Yeah.
doing stuff. Going
You're gonna do the glasses
outside.
the whole show, aren't you?
Maybe. I might.
Everest, I think, is too.
Yeah.
I'll keep doing this until I get a headache because these headphones aren't great for like the pressure,
Probably,
you know.
probably the same. For me.
Glasses
Speaking
pressure.
of headphones, I'm getting permanent like hairband, like headphone.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I get like I get the hair ring around, you know, like
Yeah.
I get the disc of hair, like down
I have a
over here.
permanent
Like I'll take my
index in my
headphones off and
headphones.
there's just like a ring around my ear. Like that's the worst.
It's kind of starting to bother me a little bit to the point where I even went to the barber and I was like, hey, if I wear these headphones like way too long all day, like for a long extended period of time, am I damaging like my hair in any way, shape, or form? Like, am I going to start creating bald spots and all that stuff? And he's like, no, dude, you're fine. Which I feel is a legitimate question.
Yeah.
It is a legit question.
Like you would stunt hair growth, right? Because it's constantly like there. So, but he was like, nah, you're fine. As long as they're not like too tight and when you pull them off, it like yanks hair.
I have an
Oh, yeah.
unhealthy attachment to my hair. I get nightmares about losing it. It's really bad.
Yeah, well,
It's
your
really
headband.
bad.
Oh wait, you have the two headband thing, like where one like kind of stretches.
Yeah, I like the
underneath.
little.
Ah, okay.
But I
So-
think it's the same problem. Like either way, it's still a.
I'm the
Still
kind of
pressure.
person that even when I'm not streaming, I will wear my headphones. And sometimes where I will just where I'll be sitting here just reading something and have my headphones on. Mostly it's like to just because it's like a comfort thing, but also it's to kind of like quiet like the surroundings around me so I don't
That's
have to
the
hear
problem
anything
I
else.
was running into because I have like noise canceling ones too that I have here. And what I do is I'll put them on, like I'll use them at my computer now. I use them more than like your Corsair or Razer ones or whatever. I use the Sony noise canceling because it's silent.
Yeah.
And all you're hearing just pure game, right? And then on top of it, I'm in an apartment too, so like you hear the footsteps above, you hear the walls on the other sides of you or whatever. So I started putting them on to go to sleep.
Oh, so
That's
you
fair.
really wear them?
Yeah, like I've been wearing them, and then now I'm kind of like getting this headband, and I'm like,
Yeah, I wear these whenever I'm like streaming, gaming sometimes, recording stuff, and that's really it. I normally take them off when I'm not doing any of that stuff. And then for going outside, I have like a wireless earbuds that I use instead.
I'm gonna get what's it called? I think for the desk here, they have a thing called an in-ear monitor, where it's basically like a high fidelity version of an earbud. Musicians use them all the time for when they play live, and it's just like it wraps around the ear and tucks in there. They're not noise canceling, but they're literally like molded to your ear,
Okay.
so it'll fill the canal and block out sound. So I think I'm gonna start getting some of those and save my what remaining hair I have left.
Fair enough.
You have great hair.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about.
So I don't know what any of this has to do with video games or summer or any of this, but I remember when I started doing Twitch, 2015, 2016, whenever that was. And like when I first met Everis and all them, my hair was still black. Like,
Was it?
Oh.
Yeah, like I had legit black hair. Maybe a
Your
gray.
hair is still really dark though.
Yeah.
It does
Well,
look dark to me.
Do you got like brown or black brown?
My beard is getting like a reddish tint on top of the black.
Mm-hmm.
But like my hair itself, it used to be black, like jet black, right? And then now
Did you dye it or was that natural?
most of it was natural.
Really?
So true talk, I think when was the last TwitchCon? 2019, before the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
19? So
There
I
was
think
one.
yeah.
Are you talking about ones that have existed or ones you went to?
But I went to
'Cause there
all
was
I went
one
to
la-
all of them up until the pandemic.
Yeah.
So wasn't
So-
there one last year?
Yeah,
There
I didn't
was.
go to that one. I
Yeah.
went to all the ones up to the pandemic.
Mhm.
So I think it was 2019 the last one. That one I did dye.
San Jose?
That one I dyed the hair a bit because it was starting to show up. But like
Ah.
now, like you can't tell, but like there's mad gray in here.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't tell.
I know.
You
Yeah.
can't
I'm
tell
very
from this
fortunate
angle.
that, but there is mad gray going.
It
in
might
here.
be the filter on my sunglasses, but I can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
You
Two are
don't
wearing
ask me to
sunglasses.
look at your hair because I can't tell.
But like I'm
Purple to
noticing
me.
that. Like I'm getting gray. Like
Yeah,
oh,
I'm
crap.
good. I'm going great as well.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And then like you wake up and like you're all sore and in pain, and then you gotta like walk around for 10 minutes, and then
I'm
you're
29 and I already feel that.
Yeah, but you're pretty, all the lifting and stuff you do, you're not exactly a sedentary lifestyle, so
No, but I have pain for other reasons. Like my job is really physical and you do
Yeah.
a specific motion over and over and over and over. So
Yeah.
it's
right, you
not
do like massage
And
therapy,
you probably
right?
have to like lean
yeah,
forward.
massage therapy.
Like you probably
Um,
have to like lean forward, so probably it's like a bit rough on like the lower back.
I've actually curated my body positioning to not feel my lower back. I actually feel it my upper back.
Yeah, like you
Um,
yeah.
Okay.
Because you're like extending your arms out and then you're pulling it back over and over and over. And so that between the shoulder blades gets really bad.
Do you
And then
get,
my gaming doesn't help either.
Yeah. Do
posture.
you get like shoulder massages from your peers?
I do. I have a friend and we do trades, which is great. Like once a month we'll
Nice.
do a massage for each other for free. And that's been really great. It's really
Ooh,
hard to
that's
find
cool.
that person because you have to find somebody that you like their massage, which is really hard. And then you have to find someone who's willing to do it for free. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Pau was doing like when she did what do they call it? Like field work or clinical work when you have to do it for school to get your hours
Yes.
in. She worked
I
at
had
a
100.
hand she worked at a hand clinic. And she had to do like hand massages and all that stuff. It messed up her hands for.
Oh, absolutely. That's like my least favorite area to do because you can't elbow it. You can't do any other. You have to use your hands to massage hands.
It was wild because she would be like, my
Don't
thumb
go
just
there.
locked up. She'd be like, my thumb just locked up, like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And it was
it's
just
really
like,
bad.
No,
It's
we're
really
past
bad.
the inappropriateness of earlier. Don't go there. No, we passed that point. But like, yeah,
It's
her thumb
really
would just
hard.
lock. Yeah.
It's really hard to talk about my job on stream. It's really hard to talk my job at anybody because like
People are creeps.
yes, because
Yeah.
the things that you say can easily be translated to something really
Sex.
inappropriate and
Sex.
no, Dill. No.
Sure.
It's really easy for it to be messed up and taken inappropriately.
Right. And
And
on
so,
top of that too, like in your position on top of that too, because you work in a professional setting, that almost can set off a red flag. Like somebody hears it and like reports
Yeah.
it or whatever. Yeah. Nah, don't make jokes like that. You know, if someone if they're not laughing about it and they're telling you to stop, don't make jokes about it because they could get into serious trouble.
Mhm.
Even if they're doing nothing wrong, it could just create a hassle and all this.
Flashbang.
Did you
why
just see
did
like?
the light?
Did you just see
Red
the Lord?
light deuce.
Did the Lord just come visit you,
see
Everis?
the light. It burns.
Oh my god! You can see how tired I am.
Whoa. I'm tired too. It's okay. We're all tired. Good friends
Yeah.
getting old.
This is literally like, this is literally killing me.
Do you want
Oh
to put
my
the
God.
glasses back on?
No, because I'm getting a headache from the.
So you can't win. Is that what you're saying?
No, I can't win.
No
Yeah.
winning.
It's fine.
Only sunglasses.
So
It's fine.
Nothing. What to do? Oh.
Watch Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes, I watched Spider-Man. Did anyone else here watch Spider-Man, or is it just me and Dale?
Yeah.
You guys
Oh,
go
man.
watch Spider-Man.
You're a theater
got
guy,
to.
right?
I try to go for like the big stuff. And then I kind of reach this plateau sometimes where I'm kind of like, okay, I'll wait for Disney Plus. Like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I didn't get to see because I just didn't get time to go see it.
I saw
Well,
that.
because now movies are being released like 2 months after they get out in theaters.
Exactly.
They're like-
So
Yeah.
Boom, streaming. It's like, oh my gosh.
I figured if I haven't seen it in 4 weeks, I'm at that point now where I'm like, I'll just wait for Disney Plus. It's going to show up.
yeah, exactly.
I think it's mainly for me because spoilers are a big issue as well, especially with the internet, especially with like how easily it is to like share clips of like movies easily
Yeah.
across the entire internet. I actually got spoiled the ending to Across the Spider-Verse
Oh.
because of TikTok. Yeah,
So yeah, we
So,
had to go
like-
see. We had to go see Spider-Verse because if you, I think I've mentioned it in here before. I mentioned to you guys in like Discord combos outside of here or whatever. Pao is a huge Spider-Gwen fan.
okay.
She loves Spider-Gwen. So we went and we went to the theater, and you know how like the theaters now to entice you to go, they have the buckets, like they have these novelty buckets, collector popcorn buckets and stuff like that.
Oh, I just went to my local Asda and got some stuff.
Oh,
and then there
okay.
you go.
Well, they have these novelty
like-
popcorn buckets, and one of them was like the Spider-Gwen head.
Oh, cool.
And then
Okay.
she was like, "It's $30 for a popcorn bucket," and I'm like,
How much?
Excuse me?
$30. And Pal was like, no.
Excuse me?
So we went to a different theater. One, we had a trouble getting a ticket because I don't always do the pre-order thing. So like we found a theater and that had 2 open seats. So we went, and then they had their own bucket, right? And it was a normal standard popcorn bucket. It had all the spider characters on it, Spider-Gwen, everything. You know, Pal's like, oh, cool. I'm going to get, like, she's like, I don't need the bucket. What am I going to do with it? When are we going to use it? Da, 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 right? And then the guy whips out the Spider-Man cup.
Ooh.
And there's Spider-Man and Spider-Gwens and all over this cup, right? But then on top of it, the lid has a topper, and there is a Spider-Gwen like cup topper for decoration. And then Pal was like, how much is it? And I asked the guy that got one. He's like, oh, it's $20 for both. And she's all, we're going to go ahead and get the bucket and the topper. Like, this is literally minutes after the whole, what are we going to do with this conversation?
Nice.
You need to send me pictures of these. I gotta show my coworker this because like holy shit, that sounds great.
Yeah, but it's so cool. The guy gave her like the little Spider-Gwen topper, and she was all excited. She had like her popcorn and a drink, and I'm like, I'm ready to see this movie. But best Spider-Man in a long, long time.
Absolutely,
Such
like
a
10 out
good
of 10.
movie. If you are like a comic book fan and a comic book Spider-Man fan, fantastic movie. Go watch it.
Especially like if you've watched Into the Spider-Verse, definitely watch Across the
It's
Spider-Verse.
so good.
It's so good.
So good. The artwork is just beautiful.
Oh my god!
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it.
You're not gonna do it?
No, because I'm gonna be that person that rains on your parade and says I'm not really into superheroes.
What kind of movies do you
feel
like? What are your movies of choice, Everis?
Bruh, I like the I like the it's really weird, but I like movies that make you think.
Oh, okay. So you're you're like the Inception and
Yes.
yeah.
The intelligence build.
It's like that thriller that makes you think about it.
Yeah.
So like Christopher Nolan
And then there's like some weird plot to it, you know what I mean? Like there's
right. No, I got you. The stuff that keeps you guessing and thinking through the whole thing.
Yeah.
See, I like boom, boom, crash, punch and fist. I'm like, I love it.
Well, and there's also a thing where it's like they're trying to, and I don't want to be rude about it, but they're trying to like drain every penny out of these poor comic book fans of throwing out every single movie possible,
it's bad.
And it's like at that point, it's just like, okay, this is our what Spider-Man movie. Like how many of them go, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it's fantastic and I believe you. I really do. But it's like, can we count how many Spider-Man movies?
A lot.
Wait, 11.
Yeah,
11,
it's a lot.
I think, in total.
I do have a thing for Thor, though. I have a thing for
Hi.
I have a thing for Thor. I do.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
I will crash and burn for Thor.
Chris Hemsworth.
Is it Fat Thor? Do you have a thing for Fat Thor?
Bulky Thor.
It's like
Dad bod Thor.
The Thor universe is based off of the Norse god. You know what I mean? Like it's not just.
Oh, it's totally up your alley. It's totally
fantasy. I love it. So I'm all for it.
Have you played the recent God of War game?
No, and it's on the list for this year. It's on the list for this year, and I'm very excited about it.
Then. Yeah.
Everyone keep up on Everis's list, and when she's not playing the game she said she's going to play, everyone let her know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom.
I know. So is everyone else.
We all
I'm not.
No, Zen just finished his playthrough this week.
We're boring Zen here. You can see the look on his face. Like Zen's just like, can we just move on now?
No.
Zen finished his playthrough.
Yeah.
Zen actually finished the game.
He is done. How many?
165 hours.
Oh my god.
That's not bad.
Massive.
I think mine's gonna be like 200 something.
Same.
I just know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm at
I took a break.
65. I think we checked it 65 ish.
Yeah. I gotta look. I took a break.
I'm at like 90 plus now at this point, and I've only done about 3 temples.
I'm nowhere near that. I'm nowhere near 90 hours. I gotta look, but we'll get there. And then on top of the movie, we went to the Rose Bowl flea market. It's one of the largest flea markets in Los Angeles. They do it every second Sunday of the month.
That's cool.
So it happens 12 times a year. Nice. This thing is massive. It's literally the whole Rose Bowl parking lot basically turns into a flea market.
Cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, if you're into flea markets and finding it, and this is not just your standard rinky-dink swap meets. There's a lot of curated type of stuff, like antique vendors and stuff like that specifically go to this thing, and they have specific collectible stuff. But Pal bought a camera. She bought a used digital camera, an actual camera.
Really?
To mess around with. Yeah, got a good deal on it. So that was her purchase. But I didn't really buy
I love it. I love it. I got to be in a certain mood for thrifting, but it's fun. We can find something.
Yeah, find a good flea market, a good flea market that gets a lot of traction, and you'll find a lot of different vendors. And flea markets have changed over the years. Before it used to be everyone just hawking their junk out and in a flea market. Now you have the curated stuff, the Instagram vendors that make stickers and pins and all those kind of things. The Etsy shop style people, they're starting to go to the flea markets and sell their stuff.
Okay, so it's not just a pile of
there's
someone's garbage. It's stalls that are put out.
No, they have it. This one's really cool because the flea market's so huge. They have a map, and it basically is color coded which areas have what stuff. So if you're looking, if you're looking for the old junky rinky dink stuff, Then you go to this section. If you want to go find like brand new product or independent vendors or something like that, you go to this section. And then they have a whole section of the parking lot that's dedicated to just vintage clothing. Because vintage clothing is very big in LA right now.
Right.
We're talking 90s era, stuff that's just booming. You're paying $1,000 for some like 2000s Kanye tour t-shirt, like it's insane. It's so wild. But yeah, that was my time off.
That's fine.
Yeah. How about you, Zenith? Anything exciting?
No. Well, I'm all done. My playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom, and now I don't know.
You don't know what to do?
Now he feels empty inside.
He feels empty.
I know that feeling.
I mean, I was feeling empty inside before I beat the game, but that's...
Wow.
Why is...
That took a dark turn.
Wow.
You poor soul.
We just had a whole meeting about how we were going to be on this positive note, and now we're doing this down tour again.
No. It's I was actually quite glad to be done Tears of the Kingdom because it allows me to go back to doing what I usually do for streams, but it's kind of like the issue that I was having, especially in the last couple of weeks, is just constantly people coming in and just trying to spoil backseat. I've had to bring out the band hammer.
Right.
And I'm someone that usually tries to hold off on doing the band hammer. It's all right, that's it. Fuck off. I've had enough.
Yeah,
it's just a little bit too rampant. It's like so I'm glad to be done with the game, but if I do come back to it, I'm doing a no paraglider challenge.
Did you figure out if you could do it? Is it possible?
It is
it's
doable.
possible.
Someone's done it.
Oh,
It's
wow.
possible.
I don't know how, but fuck.
Magic.
Yeah. I mean the current speed run of Tears of the Kingdom requires you to not get the paraglider.
Interesting.
Oh.
So you just have to I just have to get good.
Yeah.
But
That's all it takes.
I
Dark
Get good.
The
Yeah.
Soulsborne strategy.
So yeah, if I hit a certain goal, then I'll be doing it.
Get
Okay.
good.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. How about you, Everis? What did you do over the time off?
I ate and I slept and I worked and I played Tears of the Kingdom. That's
Yay.
pretty much it. And it's gotten me to a really bad place. I haven't gone to the gym in a week. Oh, the horror, but I can sense that that it's I gotta play Tears of the Kingdom. I gotta do this and this and this, But that's basically it. Pretty much. I think last week we went to a waterfall and
Ooh.
which was pretty cool. It was cool, but for like a minute, we went there and it was cool. And it was okay, great. Let's take the 2.5 hour drive home now. And it's in the middle of nowhere. So there's nothing really else to do, but
Gotcha.
because it's there's farmland and it's okay, hello, here's this little river with a really cool waterfall. That's it. So that was kind of disappointing.
Is it one of those things where it's miles until you see a gas station?
Yes. Yes, we're talking about the full 9, the whole 9 yards with just uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry. I just saw the stream for a second. I just let's see, where was I going with that? It's like Kansas. It's parts of this side of the state are like Kansas with hills. It's not flat, but it's got hills, but it's all the same stuff.
Yeah,
Kansas is flat or is it hilly?
Oh
or...
yeah, a pancake has more hills.
Okay.
Jesus. It's like that too. If you leave for LA and just drive up to San Francisco, there's literally just 100 some odd miles of just straight farmland. All you see is cornfield, and I'm wow.
Corn.
Something happens out here, nobody would know. And that stuff kind of worries me. When you go those far stretches with absolutely nothing, those kind of trips worry me because if something happens.
Are you talking about driving north on I-5 or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just straight nothing. cornfield.
There's some like I remember driving there and it was like spring, maybe it was like late, like early fall or whatever. But there was like a ton of strawberry stands. Like
that's
people
cool.
selling like fresh fruit and vegetables and stuff. That was pretty neat to see.
You can
So
go the
I'm
other
trying
way.
to picture what you're talking.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of farmland. You could go the other way and go up the 101, and you'll see a lot more scenic stuff, but it takes you longer to do
Oh,
that
yeah.
route. Like you'll see the coastline. You'll see like where did we end up? We ended up in this town called Carmel, I think it is. Carmel, and Carmel has probably the most beautiful beach I've ever seen.
Nice.
It is literally that blue, like that bright blue, like ocean water that is just cleaner than clean. And it's just one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen.
Is that south of Big Sur?
I believe so. My geography's a little off, but I believe so. It's about maybe 2 hours out from San Francisco, if I remember right.
Okay.
It's been a long time. But I was actually Clint Eastwood. It was actually the mayor of that town.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still in the game, huh?
He's still in the game.
Yeah.
Although no
How old
one's
is
seen
that
him
guy?
lately. No one's seen him
90
lately. He
something?
kind of lost his mind a little bit.
Kinda.
He's 93.
Yeah, that'll do it to you. But
Wow.
that'll
19th born in 1930. 1930, guys.
damn.
Jesus.
I'm talking about me
Wow.
getting gray. You think
This
he
guy's
wakes up
lucky
and
to
knows
have
where
any
he's
hair.
at? Like he wakes up in the morning and still knows where he's at.
I don't know. I don't know.
My grandma's
I hope
93.
I have some kind of a brain at that point.
My grandma's 93 and she's finally starting to show like signs of it, like the onset like dementia.
Why'd you say finally? Like
Finally.
Because
did
it typically by 93 most people have it.
You make it sound like she's giving you dementia.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know.
Finally.
Okay, let me
She can leave
rephrase
you
it. I
alone.
am sorry, but at 93 she's starting to show it. But like
Right.
most people that get it, they show it earlier.
Yeah.
yeah, you just have lucky genes, I guess.
Yeah, and my mom, is really, really concerned about it, and she's like, because she obviously, what happens, right? Like when it gets really bad, we all kind of know what happens. But I was trying to, as bad as it sounds, but it was kind of reassuring. I said, Mom, you have to understand, Grandma's 93 years old. By the time it gets to the point of what you're concerned about, Grandma will have passed on, because Grandma's 93 years old.
Is she living by herself or is she in
No,
a assisted living?
she lives with my aunt.
Oh, okay.
She's pretty healthy. She recently broke her hip. Like that's why we had this discussion, because I went to the hospital to go see her, and she broke her hip, and they just kind of dremeled out and put it back together. And I was like, that's impressive.
There you go. Back in.
Yeah,
Relatively speaking, hip injuries, like
pretty serious.
You can bounce. Well, they're serious, but you actually can bounce back faster than you think you would be able
yeah,
to.
especially at her
Stronger
age.
than ever.
But she's like in PT right now, and she's up and she's walking and all that good stuff. But on a more positive note, as you can see, if you are watching the stream live on Twitch or you're watching us on YouTube right now, you can see we have decorated the studio here, quote unquote studio. It's decorated. We have some artwork up here now. We got, it doesn't just look like a Discord window. Huge thanks to Dustin, Hannah's hubby, who did the art. You can find him at Dustin Kane, Kain. And then our very own Zenith, who did all the layouts and put all the hard work and then put us all in meetings so we can get this all organized. Zenith, we appreciate you. Dustin, thank you for all your efforts as well. Dustin literally sat in the Discord with us. He's like, oh yeah, I'll get it working. And then he just, at the drop of a hat, just made this all work. So we appreciate both of you. Thank you for all your hard work.
Yay!
Yeah, and everyone in the chat here, we hope you enjoy it as well. And those of you watching, we hope you enjoy the scenery here. So I'm going to hope I don't screw this up here. I got the Stream Deck thing that I blew the dust off of. So let's go ahead and we're going to do this and we're going to see how this is going to work. Okay.
Ooh.
Hey, the vertical is here.
Oh, hello.
The vertical worked.
Okay, I gotta adjust my body.
Yeah, everyone just kind of like,
Hi.
yeah, everyone just zoom out of the way
at the same time.
So this is what we got. We call this the vertical view here.
I got syllables straighter now.
Ah.
Dill's just
There
going to
we
make
go.
it impossible for me to line up his audio later.
Sorry.
Yeah, so this is the vertical view. This was actually an idea coined by Zenith here. We feel this will help us with, TikToks and all that good stuff. The vertical view for the win.
Sadly,
So-
you can't see my cat tree behind me.
Don't worry. If
What
the
was the
cat,
cat,
I can
though?
see it in Discord. If the cat's going to do something crazy, I just go
We'll switch.
boom. Oh no, that's the home screen. That's the home screen. Oh, I fixed the home screen. If you guys didn't see it, check it out. Boom, I fixed it. Now it looks like
okay.
a
Good.
legit home screen and not just a paste
Yeah.
on top of a background.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yay.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. So yeah, that is home. So if the cat's going to do something crazy and I can see it in Discord here, I just go boom.
We actually have more scenes that I made for Eric.
We do have more. We're going to debut those next week. It's just a lot of lining up and getting all the camera frames and all that kind of stuff, right? We didn't have everyone in the room to go do it all right there, right then. So
Yeah.
we will have those up at the next episode.
If we got time, we could sort that out after.
That's what I'm hoping the game plan is. Pau is going and visiting her mom today, so I have time.
Okay.
So she's she's puppy sitting over at their house and stuff. So we might have some time today. All right. So the vertical view. Okay. We're going to be light on the video game talk today because we have a lot of crap to cover. Not crap. I'm sorry. That's an appropriate word. We have a lot of stuff to cover in the whole thing here, but we do have a couple people playing some games here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go with Zenith and Dill first here. Tell me about your Tears of the Kingdom. We know Zenith finish, but Dill, Zenith, without spoilers, as the best as you can. What's the consensus on the Tears of the Kingdom so far? Are you still into it? Are you starting to drag?
No,
It's
I'm
absolutely
still into
fantastic.
it. Yeah, it's still fantastic. I'm still super into it, and all I want to play is that. That's why there's no other games on my list, because all I've been playing is Tears of the Kingdom.
If Breath of the Wild was a 6.5 for me, this would be a 9.5 for me.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
got
I didn't know you liked it that much more.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
What I don't remember if you touched on it or not, but what gave Tears of the King? I'm sorry, what gave Breath of the Wild the 6.5? What was it that kind of?
I think
Like, it's a
Zen, you
good-
said it was tedious. There's a lot of tedious things in the game.
No, it's a few things. So, Breath of the Wild, the durability system is just very annoying
There's
because
still
like,
a durability system, though.
and I'll explain why it's better this time around.
Okay.
So the durability system, a lot of the side quests felt pointless and boring. The exploration, the world felt empty and boring. I wasn't really interested in collecting all the costumes. I wasn't interested in doing the shrines. Because like the shrines, like they force you to do like a certain specific thing for them. And then there was what was the last thing? Right, the Korok seeds. I just wasn't quite into it, and I wasn't quite into the final boss of Breath of the Wild. Like, it felt like it's a good game. It's just, for me, I didn't feel it was a good Zelda game. This time around, the durability system, even when your weapons break, because like you have like multiple different things you can fuse with your weapons, like there was more. It's like, okay, well that broke. Let me try putting this to this weapon, and see if like how cool it looks, how cool it is, and it was really fun. I enjoyed building new weapons.
Do you find yourself like finding like your favorites? Like you're oh, I gotta make that again.
Yeah, absolutely, I do. And with shrines, like the fact that you can do things in multiple different ways, especially when you have to use Master Hand, like it's it made it really fun. Or you could completely cheese it. You didn't have to do it exactly how they wanted.
I love cheesing so much. Cheesing's the best in this.
And then even with the Koroks, I found myself collecting a lot more Koroks because they were fun, especially with the ones we have to get them to their friends. I found fun ways to try and get them to their
how many Koroks were sacrificed in the name of doing this?
I want to build like a water park.
Oh, really?
A water park would be fun. Yeah, just have it where it's like it has like a little sprinkler and it just like hoses down the Korok. It'd be fun.
They actually want to help the Korok.
Do the what's it called?
Don't say.
Wait, what? No, do the whole thing. Do the roller coaster tycoon. Remember when you would build the one that shoots them up straight into the air, but then you build the track too short, so they're just like shh, and they fly off the track and shoot up into the air. Just launch the Koroks in the air with the fans, and then turn the fans off when they're at max peak, and see what happens. Boonk.
I just imagine that.
Yeah. Okay, I have an idea for that. Okay.
Shooting Koroks out of cannons.
The Koroks you can do it the opposite way too, right? Like you could bring the Korok says, "Oh, my friend's all the way over there with the smoke screen." You can bring the smoke screen Korok to the one that's lost, right?
Is that true?
Is that true?
I just thought about this now. I figured this is one of those things you could probably do.
I will have to test that.
I think it matters more that you put your Korok where the tent is. I think that tent matters, not the other. The other Korok. Because does the other Korok wear a backpack? Because you technically can't grab the Korok, you grab the backpack.
Yeah,
you
the
grab the
backpack.
backpack.
Okay.
All right, we will test this. So one of the things I think I found some of I found some of the shrines in Breath of the Wild tedious. Like where I was like, okay, here we go again, right? But I can say with the utmost certainty now, I am having a lot more fun doing the shrines in this game versus Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Because again, I found this shrine, mild spoiler, I found this shrine and you basically like it's roller coaster like rails.
Yeah,
I just did that one last night.
I know that one, yeah.
So I spent an hour on this thing and it was one of the most fun.
An hour?
Really? Maybe we're not talking about the same one.
It was late.
Oh, no.
Okay, it was late.
I figured that thing out.
Is this the one where you had to form like a square?
Yeah.
A square so that the thing wouldn't fall off the track.
Right.
Yes, we were talking about the same one.
And
How did it take you an hour?
That took me like 15 minutes.
Well, I was sitting there, like I said, it was getting late, and I was like, well, I did a couple things, like where I put more like along the thing to where it would balance.
Yes.
And then the other thing I said, oh, well, if I make it longer on one side, the wall would keep it from rolling over. So that's what my thinking was. And then I realized, oh, they gave me enough pieces to build like an L bracket or an H bracket and then ride it along the track. And then I was like, okay, that makes sense. The other one, there was another one, and you can call me nuts for this one, but I thought my thinking was legit. There is one where it's what do they call it? It's like the people mover platform thing, and it's on a rail, and you need to get the people mover platform all the way across to get to the end of the shrine. But they give you two ways. They give you 4 wheels, and your thinking is like, okay, you put the 4 wheels on the platform, and then you fire up the wheels, and it'll roll onto the railing and then slide all the way across. But they put a gate in the way. So I'm like, oh, crap. So now I have to go ahead and pull the thing all the way back to get enough distance to clear the thing. But then I have to time it to where the gate will open using the recall. So like I was doing this the hard way, which I think is a valid way to do it. But I'm like, this is hard.
I don't know that one.
I'll find the name.
I have not done that one.
Well, I'll give you a tip here.
It doesn't ring any bells.
Yeah, this one was. If I remember the name of it, I'll drop it in the Discord or whatever. But like this was hard. I was like, damn, my timing's off, and I can't line up the thing perfectly because it'll either clip and then it won't get far enough. But then I realized, wait a minute, the wheelbase of the tire is shorter than the railing. So I put the tire on top of the base where it hooks onto the railing. And then the tire was pushing the platform along the railing.
Okay.
From the top side. So I built myself, rather than putting wheels and trying to dash it onto the railing, I actually built a pulley system basically and pulleyed it across using the tire. But that's literally one of the testaments of how good this game actually is, because it's different ways you can do things.
I love how you're talking with your hands and you can't even see your hands.
I'm what?
I love how you're talking with your hands, trying to describe the shrine, and no one can see your hands.
That's true. Well, no, you're watching on twitch.tv or you're watching this on YouTube. You'll see everything. But yes, listeners, yes, you cannot see what I'm doing right now. But
A lot of hand gestures.
I love it because streaming people are like, wow, I did it this way. You know what I mean? Like people will comment and there's so much versatility in it, and that's what's really cool about it.
Basically, do it your way.
What?
Yes.
You basically do it your way, like your own
exactly. Just like Burger King. Have it your way.
and
Oh my
as
God.
crazy as
I was
it
about to
sounds,
make that
because
joke.
like Dill said, Dill's like, that took me 15 minutes or da 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 da. I think I'm in this natural mode where I'm like in vintage Zelda mode where I'm like, okay, these things are going to get progressively harder. So I'm starting to think of the more difficult ways to do these puzzles just because in my head I'm like, oh, this game progressively gets harder.
Yeah.
Not necessarily true.
I overthink so much in that game.
Is it bad to say that I don't think, I just do?
No.
I just do actions rather than actually think about it. When I'm actually stuck, then I actually think about it. But then when I'm just saying, I just like, oh, okay, do this, done.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's certain shrines where I think it was one where it had like a puzzle that could have been really difficult and really complicated, but then what I ended up doing is using recall and ascend. You can completely break shrines. Like I did this one where the end of the shrine was up on a platform way up above, and I think what's supposed to happen is I need to make the contraption device that kind of like creates like a platform that allows you to get up higher and then go across. But what I ended up doing is, you know that giant ball that like sometimes like opens up the gates?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just got it to go up in the air, used recall, and then have it go up in the air, use ascend to climb up the ball, and then do like a little bit of like a like a shield surf jump thing.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm on the platform. I was like, wow, done in like 50 seconds. Let's go.
Yeah,
we need a video of this.
It's pretty
basically
interesting.
speedrun it.
It's really, really interesting how everything kind of plays out in this game. Like the way stuff plays out in. So I'm still here because Dill's like, I just don't think, I just do. So Dill, when you go into the shrine, how do you assess it? Like, do you just look at what you have available to you, or what's your? Because this tells, like I said, this game tells you a lot about a person's thought process and how they think.
I look at what I've been given, and then I do things. I test things out. I do whatever.
So you don't do process of elimination or not? Like you just throw it together, and if it works, it doesn't.
Oh no, I do that as well. Because I do it this, and then that doesn't work. I'll try something else, and I'll try something else, and I'll try something else until something works.
See, because I'll wander around the shrine and look at everything in the room and be like, one, so you don't miss the treasure chest.
What if there's like a gate, like a pipe? Like most of the shrines I've been to have like a gate that you have to get past.
Yeah,
that's what recall's for.
Yeah.
No, it's not. You can't always go. You can't always recall it.
You can. Absolutely
most of the gates have like a gear or something along those lines that you turn, and then you can recall on the gear.
Yep.
Oh, I was thinking ascend, not recall.
Oh no, ascend.
Ascend's the one that goes up.
Ah.
Which even then I use ascend sometimes to break it as well, because you can just ascend. What I do sometimes as well is I get if it's a high up thing, if I can use Ultra Hand to get the block up there, I will do that. I will then recall and keep it in place, and I will just ascend up it, and then there you go, I'm there.
Yeah, the challenge. The other challenge I like a lot is I love the challenges to get to the temples. Like I finally made it all the way up into the sky, like climbing all the blocks and using ascend, and
that was so much fun.
Oh my god,
I loved that part.
I will admit, I accidentally discovered the wind temple. I didn't mean to. I just saw all these like sky
blocks.
Nice.
You did mention that. You did mention that like a couple weeks ago. How you're like really into like just like the Sky Island stuff and
yeah. And then I just found it, and I was just like, why can't I ask? Oh crap! This is a main quest story thing. I should.
How far did you get without needing to use Tulin?
I literally got to the temple.
Yeah. I don't think you
need
Tulin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Didn't need you can't finish the temple without Tulin.
No, so that's why I couldn't progress any further. So I had to It was good though, because it meant I could just teleport all the way up to there when I got Tulin.
Yeah.
You didn't realize at that point, like during any of that process, that this might be something bigger than just your average Joe island.
I just thought it might have a cool shiny thing inside, so I'll just let mine.
Before we move on to Dark Souls randomizer here real quick. I went into the depths some more.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
And I thought,
how many hearts do you have? How many hearts do you have? Am I being
6?
chicken? Because
I went
you
in
only
with
have 6 hearts.
I went in with 6.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
tough. Okay, so I'm scared
Dude,
to
I've
go
done
in, and
that
I have like
before.
14 hearts. Anyway,
I've
go ahead.
got
You should-
13.
I fought this
You're
big
gonna be
ass
just
frog.
fine, Everis.
I'm a chicken, okay? Leave me alone.
I went in
Oh,
with
the
6.
frogs.
Well, it
Frogs.
makes sense for like, I guess, because if you don't know, in the depths, any damage you take in the depths, your hearts will max at where that damage takes you to. So if you
The gloom damage,
if you
yeah.
lose 2 hearts in the depths and you've only got 5, your cap is 3 in the depths.
Yep.
You cannot gain those 2 hearts back. That's what that's what makes sense. So Everest might be overpowered for the depths at this point. But
I feel like it should be all right.
I got to the depths I'm doing it on 6 hearts, which is kind of crazy. But I fought this big ass frog looking thing. You had to like bomb him, and then you had to like swipe the zonites off his back or whatever, and all this kind of stuff to do damage. I was like, this is like, it was fun.
If you watched me do combat in Tears of the Kingdom, you'd understand why I'm a chicken.
Yeah,
I am terrible. Because I've got Witcher attack mode in my brain. I just run in and just, but no, you can't do that. You got to wait for them to attack first.
Yeah.
And then you go in for it. And that's been like a huge learning curve thing for me. Because I've been playing
harder in this one.
some
Combat's
150 hours of like Witcher. So I'm all screwed up.
Yeah, that's why you need, you need to like use your shields, or what you can do is just do it where I did, where I think there's a point of like my last stream. It was like one of the last things I did before I go in for the, to complete the game. I built myself a little motorbike that has like and it just has like it shoots lasers and cannons, and I just sent it in there, and I just watched everything just get set on fire. I'm like, I'm so glad I don't have to do anything.
You just Schwarzenegger the whole thing and just like, I'll be back.
Or at least I thought it would, until all of a sudden the cannons turned around and blew me up instead, and then my creation fell down off a cliff. Like, fuck, now I have to do this all by myself.
Yep.
I'm sure there's a clip for that.
There is, yeah.
All good.
Combat is tough in this one, I think. I might be crazy, but I feel like combat in this one's tougher.
I prefer the combat in this one to Breath of the Wild. I think it's smoother compared to Breath of the Wild.
I'm talking difficulty. I think if you do go into these situations where you don't have enough hearts or you don't have the tool set to do it, you're going to run into yourself to some problems.
And there's a reason why for that, because the game is kind of putting you in a situation where it's, okay, I'm outnumbered, and you're going to be outnumbered far more than you will be in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And the reason being is
you can fuse stuff.
Well, not like any fuse stuff. It's not so much about fusing, but it's about using building mechanics to try and give yourself a bit of an advantage. Because have dealt with certain things where I put, like, say, like a wheel, and it has like a laser, and it's like, all right, put it right in the middle of the camp and just watch everyone get completely eviscerated, and I just stand here. Oh, never mind, my laser hitting me too, so I guess that sucks as well. And it's just fun. There's a lot of things that you can do with to try and give yourself a bit of advantage, or at least protect yourself. But it is up for you to discover. So I like that the game is more difficult, because in the times where I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just going in by myself and just gonna grunt it out with brute force. Like, you would actually force me to like use parrying and use dodging, and I'd have to like use a lot of my resources just to beat it. And that's coming from someone that's used to playing Zelda games.
I feel like if you know how to power yourself up, then and you can create an advantage, then that's like it's an easy game. If the difficulty isn't high enough, it would be a really easy game.
That's
like
the thing,
they had to make it harder because there's so many cool things you can do.
The tools offset
increase your advantage.
Yeah, the tools are given to you to offset the difficulty.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's up to you as a player to realize, oh, I can build a laser fireball machine and take out, all these, goblins or whatever.
In a way, you can say it's kind of like Elden Ring.
Which
is it?
Yeah. Because if you make the right build and make the right get the right weapons, you can basically annihilate everything.
Yeah, but I can't fuse a bunch of stuff together and build myself, a dragon slaying machine.
DLC coming soon.
On that note, how was the Elden Ring? I'm sorry, the Dark Souls.
Elden Ring.
The Dark Souls torture randomizer.
Well, I'm at 25 deaths. So
Nice. How long did you play?
I think about 3.5, 4 hours.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. I got
That's
25
not
deaths in
bad.
the first hour.
But I'm talking about like, so once you start at the Firelink Shrine, and I'm assuming that you guys have played at least enough or seen enough of Dark Souls to know what Firelink Shrine is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the starting area where you have different paths. So that's what's really cool about Dark Souls. So you can either go into the Undead Burg by climbing up the steps. You can go to where the graves are, where you normally have to deal with all these skeletons, and go to the Dark Catacombs. You can go underground to where this like ghost city is.
Ghosty.
Or via that underground city, you can go to a place where it's like a giant valley, and there's there's normally supposed to be like some dragons there, which actually will take you to a forest. Or, well, as long as you have the Master Key, which I made sure I start out with.
Nice.
Or you can go to Blighttown, which is probably like the prototypical Dark Souls. I think I'm done with this game kind of area.
Hellfest, yeah.
Little advice for anyone listening: do not go to Blighttown first. You will only suffer.
Unless if you're playing a randomizer.
Well,
because so I tried going up to Undead Burg, and I'm jumped because I'm playing with not only item randomizer, where it gives you random items, but enemy randomizer. So I'm going up the steps, and then I'm facing one of the hardest like knights in the game, and I'm jumped by this giant skeleton dog thing that takes away like 75% of my health, even despite having decent armor.
Yeah.
And there's just a complete clusterfuck of enemies where even if you try and kite them out, you just get completely overwhelmed and you can't do anything about it. So, and then once you get past that, I have to deal with a giant like boar hog thing that that's very, very aggressive. Black Knights, so many Black Knights. It's an absolute death trap. And my first boss was Super Ornstein.
Oh.
So there's a certain fight in Dark Souls, and it's actually probably one of the most iconic fights. It is called Ornstein and Smaug. So it's like this guy that's in like armor. He has like a giant spear, and he also has this one other guy that's like super huge and got like, fat armor, if you will, with the giant hammer. Well, usually what you do in the game is you defeat the smaller knight first, and the fat knight dude will get really, really big in size, and he'll get the power of thunder. But in this case, if you do the opposite, you deal with Super Ornstein versus this knight dude that gets really huge, but he gains these like really lethal lightning attacks, and he's just way harder. And the fact that was my first boss, it's like, I am not beating this thing. I'm just going to die here.
Yeah, that sounds very unpleasant and difficult and torturous.
Yeah. Yeah, I went through like, so I tried going through the forest. Thankfully, that part was great as long as I avoid fighting, what is it, Crossbreed Priscilla, which is like one of the late game bosses. Yeah, I had to run from her. I was like, nope. Thankfully, she jumped off a cliff on accident. But
she turns invisible, doesn't she, as well?
Yeah, she went invisible. I was like, I don't need this right now. And then, finally getting through there, I go through the forest, went all the way that way to Andre, but I was dealing with those like giant like mushroom dudes. Oh, this is cute, but then they punch you, and it's like, wow, that's all my health.
Aren't they poisonous as well?
No, they're not.
Okay.
That sounds like a good time. Are you going to continue with it?
Yeah, I'm giving it one more chance tomorrow because I haven't gone to Blighttown yet, and I also haven't tried to go into the gargoyles. Oh, and I also haven't gone to the catacombs either. But either way,
is this just a mod patch that gets installed on top of the?
Yeah, it's a mod.
Oh, okay. What's the mod spot again to get all these things?
Nexus mod.
Nexus mod. Yes, thank you. Where you get all that stuff. Yeah. Okay, so you can get the Dark Souls randomizer over on Nexus mod.
Yeah, I'm doing it tomorrow at about 3.
Yeah, you just got a question here. Are you still doing this? So yeah. Was it 3 p.m. tomorrow?
Hang on, I'm checking my schedule.
Checking the schedule.
You don't know your own schedule.
I'm just kidding. 2 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow.
2 p.m. Eastern. Legend of Zenith on twitch.tv.
That's early for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not for the weekend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the way things are going, it'll probably be Legend of Zenith at kick.com. The way all of this stuff is going down for all of us.
I'd rather go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, it'll be kicktube.com soon enough. But Kicktube. Who knows?
Kicktube.
So as for me, I didn't do much gaming, but I did play one thing. I played the Final Fantasy 16 demo.
How is it?
You said I would be really into this jam. Elaborate.
Oh, you're gonna still be into this jam.
I'm so excited. I really am. I wasn't before, but now I am.
So this is a 3-hour.
I was like, as of 2 weeks ago, I was very excited. So
this is a 3-hour demo, give or take, 2 to 3 hour demo, depending on how how much time you spend on it. But in that 2 to 3 hours, and keep in mind, I don't know how the rest of the game is, but Tears of the Kingdom's going to have some competition this year.
I already knew that.
Yeah, it is for multiple reasons, but proceed.
Yep.
There's some competition. There's going to be some competition this year for this thing. So Final Fantasy's been on kind of this weird tangent for the past few years, right? Final Fantasy 14 obviously is the MMO that's immensely popular at this point. It's preceded, World of Warcraft, et cetera, et cetera. It's this huge thing in the MMO space. It's a fantastic game. If you get past the initial stuff, it's a fantastic game, right? So that creative director, Yoshi P, has now gone on to do Final Fantasy 16. In between, we had Final Fantasy 15, which was this weird, emo boys riding in cars, Final Fantasy
making
adventure.
Food and stuff.
Yeah. And it's really, really odd. And then this is even before 14, where we had Final Fantasy 13, which was kind of meh and fell flat. So we're back now, and we have Final Fantasy 16. Ooh. And I feel like,
so out of boredom, and it was also late, and sometimes I make bad decisions when it's late.
No.
So a couple of days ago, I decided to watch a video that kind of summarized and goes through Final Fantasy 13, and what a fucking mess that whole.
It's a mess of a
is.
game.
It just gets worse. The 13 itself wasn't bad, except it was linear and very, very rushed. But it tries and pick its improve it or try and fix the series, but it just makes it even more of a mess. It was a waste of a couple hours.
So, on that note, Final Fantasy 16. At least in the 3 hours that I played through this demo, I didn't quite finish the demo. I was almost there, but in the 3 hours that I put into this thing, I think we're back to this true to form Final Fantasy adventure. It's a medieval-esque era. So you got, knights, princes, kings, all that good stuff. We got dragons. We have this over every Final Fantasy kind of has this overlaying theme to the whole thing. So what's really, really interesting is the crystals are an element in Final Fantasy 16. I'm guessing they're the crystals from Final Fantasy 14. They are now an element in 16. I don't know if they serve the same element or whatever, but there's this overwhelming theme, I guess you can call it, quote unquote, race, species, whatever you want to call it, called the Phoenix.
Okay.
That is the lineage of your characters in Final Fantasy 16. The Phoenix, the power of the Phoenix is in you, etc., etc. So that seems to be the overarching theme here for your characters. Right off the bat, the thing that's blowing my mind is this is a very, very mature Final Fantasy compared to the previous ones. Like, there's some Game of Thrones-esque like adultery and stuff in this game.
Oh wow.
That's going down.
This is banking on the edge of Witcher.
Yeah. Which I think might be kind of the case, like that mature, final or fantasy realm of, gameplay.
I think it's about time that we see like mature Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So there's very mature elements in there. There's some Game of Thrones-esque, levels of sexuality and stuff in here. On top of that, there's just some Game of Thrones level of violence. This is a bloody demo.
Okay.
Like medieval slashing and just blood flying, blood splattered characters. Like, it's legit. Like, wow.
They should know their audience by now, right?
Yeah. Which I think is part of it too. Like, the audience is maturing. I don't want to say true, but I want to say older Final Fantasy fans are going, this is what they've probably wanted. Those fantasy elements from the original, first 4 to 5 games now brought into a mature present time. Whereas, your anime fandom and stuff like that kind of leans towards Final Fantasy 7 and, 15 and up. But it's a very, very mature looking Final Fantasy. There is some very cool.
Dope.
What was that? Sorry.
I said that's dope.
That's dope. More onto the dope stuff.
Yeah.
So final Mortal Kombat Fantasy 7. Oh no, that's a question mark. I'm sorry. But yes. Combat wise, I still if I have any critiques towards this game right now, the combat seems a little button mashy. It's a lot of running and.
Does it feel like, because I played Final Fantasy 7 Remake for 3 hours. Is it feel like that, or is it a little more less what I would call Kingdom Hearts type combat?
It's more
that's what I feel like it is.
I feel like it's more towards that's hard to say. It's right in the middle.
Is it
okay?
The one in the chat just mentioned, is it more Devil May Cry combat? Because one of the developers did work in Devil May Cry.
I will be, truth be told, right here, right now, I've never played a Devil May Cry, so I can't attest to that. But what I can say, it's very Kingdom Hearts in the terms of like you're hacking and slashing and you're running and slashing and you're firing off magics.
Do you have like multiple people to take control? Like, do you have like a group, or is it solo?
Not in this demo. I can't say if that's going to happen in the game, but that did not happen in the demo.
Okay.
You are playing one singular character. You have a party with you, but you are controlling one singular character in the demo.
Okay.
But you're running, you're firing off magic. Like, you tap a button, it fires off a fire spell. The magic in this game doesn't seem to play on the original Final Fantasy stuff, where this time around, it's almost like magic is used to kind of boost up your combos. It's very combo-esque. Like, you run in, you hit square 4 times, and you bust off a combo on your foe. But you can use the magic within those taps to extend your combos to do more damage. So I feel like it's more hack and slash based combat relying on a combo system. So I felt it was a little button mashy. We'll see how the game progresses, and as your skill set progresses and stuff, what you can do in this game. The cinematics in this thing are just straight up gorgeous.
Yay! That's
unbelievably
so cool.
Beautiful.
Shiny.
Yeah. That's pulling from 14. It's 14. That's kind of like their environments in that game are incredible.
It has very Witcher-esque like cinematics.
Nice.
So that's where I saw this. I'm like, this is up Everis's alley. Like, Everis should go play this because this is up your alley. If you've never played a Final Fantasy before and you want to start in one, I think Everis this would be the one to do.
Okay.
Excuse me. So they do real cool things with the boss battles. So like you get a boss battle in this demo. They have these 2 new elements now. I believe they're new. Someone correct me if I'm wrong in here or in chat. They have this system called cinematic attack and cinematic evade. So you'll reach this point in the battle where you reach this element, and then it'll tell you to pull off a cinematic attack, hit X within this designated time frame. So it stops the frame, hits the, it cues you to hit X or R1 to evade, and then what it does when you hit the X, it does this cinematic attack on the foe. It turns the attack into almost like this quick 30-second cinematic like attack. Very similar to when you would cast off spells in Final Fantasy like Infrit or, those where it does that cinematic movie thing where, you bring Satan out to blow your opponents away. But this time it's just straight combat. No magic or any of that. It's just done in straight combat. And then same with the evade. You can do a very like action movie-esque evade when you hit the button, and it just makes the battles really, really exciting. And then just the storytelling in this demo is just straight fantastic. Spoiler alert if you haven't done the demo yet, but you get to experience the Phoenix and what they mean by the Phoenix. We'll just put it along the terms of Goku going Super Saiyan, basically. And just a fantastic demo.
Okay.
Fantastic demo. If you have a PlayStation 5, go download this. As soon as I played the demo, I went on pre-order.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sold.
I want to play it, but then, and the Liza P demo I want to play as well, but then Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm being dead serious. Where, what are we in 2023? 2023 is going to be one of the best year of video games ever.
It's so far it is, yeah.
This is going to be one of the best years of video games ever, because I don't think there is one game, not like last year where Elden Ring took over everything.
Elden Ring was just like everything, but then this year there's so many options now that it's going to be very tough to actually find the game of the year this year.
And we might actually see like variability, like between games, be like, oh, this game's great for graphics, this game is great for sound effects, this game, voice acting, blah blah blah. It's not going to be. I think we might see some variability in who wins awards and stuff this year.
Could do, yeah.
So this was just, my mind was blown, and it had me edge of seat. Like when I'm watching the story play out in the demo, I was on edge of seat. It felt like I was watching an episode of Game of Thrones or anything along those lines. Like I was so immersed in what was happening story-wise. And the chat will, if anyone's played the demo in the chat here, there's a puppy that just steals the show. There's a puppy.
Yeah,
I'm sold now because puppies.
It's a puppy. It's a wolf puppy. What is the name of this puppy? What is the name of this puppy? I'm going to drop the name of it in here because...
You don't remember?
Just remember that freaking Destiny 2 ad where it was just like
there was a lot that happened last night in this game.
They just screamed for
you
the
played
puppies.
It last night?
Yeah.
Oh wow! So it's like fresh.
This is fresh. I did that on purpose. What is this puppy's name? Torgal. Go ahead and look up Final Fantasy 16 Torgal right now. I'll even help you out in the chat here. For those of you, look at this.
So aren't you a cutie?
Look at this face.
Look
at this. This dog stole the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, look at the little boy, and now look at the big boy.
Exactly. Look at there you go. I don't know how bad that link's going to be. Oh, it's okay. Look at that. This dog stole the show. You should see how many like screen caps I have taken of this dog on my damn PlayStation already. This face.
It better not be like a, one of those situations where you fall in love with this dog and then he dies.
No,
don't say that shit, Everis.
I didn't say it like it happened. I said it like I don't want it to happen.
You don't want it to happen. That means it's gonna happen.
Said it. It's gonna happen now. It's jinxed.
Why aren't you thinking it?
Because I'm guessing this Torgal, the dog here, I'm guessing that is direct inspiration from Game of Thrones and the White Wolves.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I love how all this is going on. My cat is just like, hey, I want attention too.
Oh hi, cat.
Well, bring the cat on. Torgal needs competition.
Yeah.
Is he afraid of the
Okay.
lights? Because as soon as my cat sees like the ring light and stuff, like he freaks out. It's too much visual stimulation.
Really?
I don't
All
know.
right.
Like that's what I
Give me a second.
assume. Because my cats have never been very comfortable with like the whole sitting up on stream and everything.
I might need
They,
to
it's like they can sense it or something.
I might need to just swap to the other scene though, because I don't know.
What
he's
other scene do we
fidgety.
need to do? The horizontal?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Horizontal. Let's practice.
Switching.
Boom. What do we got? What do we got? We're gonna get a kitty here. We're getting a kitty before we go to break.
double
There's
kitty.
one kitty. All right, it's coming. It's chasing him around the apartment right now.
Come here.
So just like Sir Robin, he bravely ran away.
Okay.
That's all right. Everis' kitty has joined the show. What a pretty
Murphy,
cat.
give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
Oh, what a pretty cat.
Oh
yeah,
my.
this is Murphy.
Murphy? Where did you get Murphy from?
He was a rescue.
Aw. Was that his name like they had for him registered at the rescue? Aw.
Yeah. He is a
Oh, man.
licker. He is
Aw.
a licker. And I've trained him to say, give me a kiss, and he'll give me a kiss every time. Give me a kiss.
Aw.
cute.
What a cute cat.
Oh yeah, he's the gem.
So yeah, Torgal in Final Fantasy 16 is going to steal the show. So yeah, on that note, before we go to break here, you okay, Zenith?
Yeah, he's back at the door. It's like, oh, so like he comes back when I.
Oh, he's playing with you.
Yeah, he's
He's
playing
fucking with me.
games.
It's like when you get ready
He
to like.
knows.
It's like when you get ready to like sit down and relax and like enjoy the rest of your night, and your girlfriend's like, "Oh, can you get me water?" Right as soon as you sit down.
Yeah,
Do you
pretty
do
much.
that, Everis?
Yeah.
No.
Does he do that to you?
I get my own water.
Does
We
he
both
do that
get
to
our
you?
own food. Who, the cat?
No, like when you like, does one partner do it where they're like just like waiting for you to sit down and finalize your night, and then they're like, "Can you get this for me?"
Sometimes, but usually I like to get my own stuff because
Okay.
I can get it the way I want it to and have as much ice as I want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I have to tell Pound no. Like I'm like, I'll get it. Stop. I'll get it. But no, she won't have it. She's a good one. Oh,
Aw.
he went. Come on.
He
Okay,
gone
we're gonna go.
chasing.
The break is hindering on this, Zenith.
Yeah.
I gotta pay. I'm just kidding.
Gotta stretch.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
I see the tail. You got him.
Oh my god, look at that face. Look at that face. He's a chunky one.
Hmm.
Okay.
He's furry though, isn't he?
Yeah. Look at that face. He's not amused. He kind of
Oh.
looks like Zenith. Like when Zenith gives you that look of like,
Oh,
Yeah, see, now he wants to
He's
leave.
gone.
That's the
Oh,
same
no,
face.
gone.
that's the same face when he wants to leave.
I should probably like not beat myself on OBS.
No.
Oh yeah, don't mute yourself on OBS.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, he's bird.
I love it.
So
I'm not a big
Yeah.
cat person, but I love seeing people that are cat people.
I'm an animal person.
Yeah. I'm definitely a dog person.
Like
Yeah.
I love all animals.
I used
Pal,
to have
like,
a wolf
chuckles.
as for a dog. When I was
How
young.
chuckles because we'll be like out walking somewhere and be like, "Oh my god, there's a puppy!" And then I'll just wander up, and it'll be this big old like mastiff, like a huge ass dog. I'm like, "Look at this puppy!" No, that's not a puppy. All right. On that note, we're gonna go ahead. We'll take a break, and then we'll get into Summer Games Fest. So
Woo!
this has been Good Friends, Good Games, and we'll be back shortly. Oh, Good Friends is Good Games is back, and the back scratcher. Good back
Back
scratchers.
scratching is commencing.
Memoirs
Good
of a
friends.
back scratcher.
Yeah, just put that on the cover of your memoir, Zenith.
Buy now and get a free back scratcher.
I don't know how we're gonna do it. I don't know how we're gonna
It's
do
a
it, but
back
I'm going to make
massager,
the
by
back
the way.
scratcher an emote.
How
Yes.
does it scratch my back?
There's
it's
no
balls.
way. There's no way you
The
can
only
do
way
it.
this would be a back scratcher is if it had
There's
pubic hair
no
on
way-
it.
Back scratcher.
There
Back
is
scratcher.
no way that you can make that into an emote. There's no way.
No way, no.
We
There's
can't.
would
no, you can't even
immediately,
put like
slam
you
it.
can't even make an emote with a butt with wearing pants. Like
I'll put like
you make an emote where it's like a chick you see your behind wearing like shorts or pants or whatever, you can't even upload that.
So you're telling me that the Everis butt emote got banned?
No, people told me I shouldn't even try because it's just gonna get pulled down. I wanted to so bad.
I think it's one of those things. What if you put like butt in the emote title? That's how they find it out.
It's such a one of those gray area things where some of them get pulled down and some of them don't. And I don't know how like what the criteria is for what's allowed and what's not.
Just put Everis gains and then make it a butt emote. I feel like you would get away with that because I think the title is how they find this stuff and then they track it.
I'll be honest. I'm way more proud of like my shoulder gains than I am of my butt. Like seriously.
Right, but no one wants a damn shoulder emote. Let's be real.
I mean, people are going to find your butt emotes if you put booty, butt, or if you put
I've got
like turd curtains.
I've got this. This is what about that?
That's
gains.
Biceps, bro.
Is there a toilet emote anywhere? I just want to use it with this Everis fight.
I have seen a toilet emote somewhere, and it's amazing.
Someone have a toilet emote. Tell me so I can subscribe, just so I could use it with that Everis on fire.
Oh my god, it would chain in so well.
That's one of my favorite emotes, honestly. Like
that's actually a very, very good emote. I like this emote. Speaking of emotes, before we get into Summer Games Fest here, we are like 3 followers away from affiliate. So if you have not yet, please follow us on Twitch here, twitch.tv/Good People Media Group, and drop us a follow if you enjoy what you see here. We'd appreciate it very, very much. We are very, very, very close. So if you have not followed
we're easily getting the average viewer.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing okay on all the other fronts. I think we meet the hour requirement just fine. So all we need is the followers, and then we can start making some game plans out, which we've already started working on.
Help us hit 50 followers. Maybe I'll convince everyone to play this with me.
Yeah.
That'd be fun if we did like group stream, like we all played a game together.
Oh, you were not here for this, Everis, but
I wasn't.
We were working on the artwork.
Biz.
We were working on the artwork, and we kind of got in a pseudo meeting thing. I came up with this idea, and we're going to call it Ladies' Night, where it would be like Leshki, yourself, Morgan, Pow, and you all play a game together.
I would love that.
And then we would take the logo I wanted to do for it. We were going to take the Good Friends, Good Games thing here. We're going to take out the arcade machine, and we were going to have Dustin draw up a little neon martini glass or something like that.
Oh.
I love it.
So
that was so sick.
That was kind of one of the game plans that we were thinking.
The
That'd
arcade machine needs to wear high heels as well.
Wait, you said you were going to wear high heels?
No, the arcade machine. I look like an arcade machine.
It has been said. It has been said. There's no takesies backsies.
I don't want to hear about your weird ass fetishes.
New tip goal for Zen there.
Oh, I love it. Good gals, good games.
Yeah, we could do that too. We could do that too. Oh, that's right. And then we'll just do the neon sign and everything with the little martini glass or something like that. I think we could do this. I think we could do this. Morgan, please find out when you have a chance, please find out the legalities of getting us a butt emote in here. Or I'm sorry, the back scratcher emote. We got to figure out a way to do it because I don't think I'm going to back down. Get us a channel ban.
I really want to get a butt going on my channel because I feel like it's, I don't know.
What if we use my butt? Maybe it's just like a sexist thing and I just use my butt and it passes. Right?
Maybe.
Just call it just a pancake.
I assure you, I do not have a pancake.
Oh.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Okay.
It was
I've been working very proud of my booty games.
I'm trying to come up with an alternative word to a butt without saying butt, right?
Just
because I think that's half the problem.
My muffin?
Muffin top. My
just muffin. Yeah, muffin. It's a muffin emo.
Tush. Pancake. I love this one. The pancake.
My cup holder.
Wow.
No, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because a lot of male, they skip leg day. If you don't skip leg day, I'm proud of you.
Dude, I hate it. I hate leg day
too. I do too. Believe me.
Yeah, my favorite one,
my
favorite gym exercise ever is the what do they call it? It's a row, but it's the one where you have the bicycle handles and then you put the weight in front of it, the plates in front of it. That is my favorite thing.
That's I believe it's incline row.
Yeah, incline row.
Yeah.
That thing is oof.
Plate loaded incline row.
Yeah, love it. But squats, I just go in there and I do them and I get them done.
Back in high school, despite being one of the shortest people in the entire class, I was able to push like the second most weight for leg presses.
Yes,
Nice.
that is because of it. People who are shorter tend to be able to have more leg strength.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
just like
their
higher
center of gravity is better.
Yeah, it's wild. That's why shorter people make better skaters too. Skateboarders, professional skateboarders, shorter ones are shorter center of gravity and they balance better. Wild, right? Physics.
I mean, I could do roping if I wanted to.
Oh, only if you do it in tights.
Yeah.
And
That's the
heels.
deal.
Yes, I'll go one further and I'll do it in my entire Tingle costume.
Oh my god, yes.
You have a Tingle costume?
Yes,
He does.
Yes, because I had a sub goal and I wasn't going to tell it to you guys. Where if we hit the sub goal, I would just you would start the stream and I'd be like, hey, I'll just be back in about 3 minutes. Don't worry, I'll be back just in time for when we're ready to go back on the camera. And I was going to just show up in my chair wearing the Tingle costume.
Before we move on here, next year for St. Jude, what would it take for you to get the Beetle haircut?
Oh.
No.
It's for the kids.
It's for a total of no dollars and no cents.
Part of that would require
USD.
growing out his hair too, so that's half the battle.
Yes. And the fact that I have to wear that as I go around.
Even if you got $5,000, $5,000 St. Jude gold.
5,000 doubloons.
$5,000 is a lot of St. Jude money for smaller, mid-sized streamers.
I'll even pay for the haircut.
What about the time it takes to grow it out?
I can't pay for that.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, now he's convinced. Now he's convinced. All right.
$5,000.
No, I'm not. But I need more
pressure,
convincing.
All right. We got a lot to unpack here. Summer Games Fest 2023. Overall, what did everyone think?
Mind blown.
Good. Yeah, it was
Mind
good.
blown.
Yeah, mind blown.
Very good.
Yeah, because it was like, how it's like maybe there's like one or two games where it's just like, oh yeah, cool, but it was like, oh wow, this is gonna be, oh my god, it just keeps escalating from there. And it's just like, wow, this is the best hour and a half time spent,
I tried to watch almost everything. There was just so much to unpack and only so much time to do it. But
I didn't watch the PC one.
I didn't watch PC one.
I didn't watch it either because it's usually just the stuff that's kind of like rehashed from the main events. So for the people in the panel here, I went ahead and I put the links to all 4 of the showcases that were displayed during Summer Games Fest. And I put out some notable stuff here. So what we can kind of do, we'll go by block here and try to just kind of see what's in a big deal to us here and what we were interested in.
Can you put those in the live chat for me?
Sure.
Just so I can refer to something.
Yes. Here we come. Boom. There you go. And then all the links are in the actual
Thank you.
thing. Okay, Summer Games Fest. We'll kind of start there. We'll spend, 10, 15 minutes on each of these blocks here and see where we get with this. So most notable announcements here. We have Summer Games Fest. We have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This is the second part of the Final Fantasy VII remakes.
Yeah, they actually saved that to the end, but the thing is, when they said that, it was going to blow you away, well, everyone was kind of predicting that it would have been talked about in that.
It needed to be done.
Yeah.
It needed to be done. That's one of those ones that's been saying. The big thing about it is it's 2 disc.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus
This is a
Christ.
chonky monster.
Get ready to upgrade your PS5 storage because it's going to take a lot of terabytes.
Oh my
Well,
god.
if you think about it, it is a game that they've had plenty of time. It was kind of like unusually like how long is it? Okay, so I haven't gotten Final Fantasy VII Rebirth yet. But turns out if it's like 2 discs long, they must have been preparing for this to just be huge.
Massive.
Because they didn't have to redesign a whole new engine. They didn't have to do a whole lot. Maybe some graphical upgrades, because I think this is going to be like PS5 only.
Yeah, this is the PS5 only,
exclusive.
and that was the whole purpose of revamping the remake to PS5.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks for some people, you know.
Well, it says they're going to bring it to PC as well, but at a later stage.
Yeah, that's what their typical MO is. Well, we're reaching that stage of this console cycle. Granted, it's a weird console cycle because the pandemic was involved. You know, people couldn't get PS5s, et cetera, et cetera. So they kind of catered to those people that were still on PS4. Now that the supply chains for the PS5 and everything are up to normal levels, like I could walk into a Costco or a Target right now and have a good shot at getting one.
Any store, every store has them.
Yeah, you can get them. Wazoo. You can get an Xbox. So that thing. So now we're kind of reaching this thing like, okay, this stuff's getting into stores. People can buy the products. Now we start phasing out the actual previous gen. So, you know, Microsoft just made the announcement too the other day. I didn't put this in here because it's a small announcement, but they announced they're no longer making the Xbox. What is it? The Xbox One was the other one?
Yeah, Xbox One was the one they
So the previous gen Xbox is no longer in production. I'd imagine Sony's going to follow suit too, and you can't actually get a PS4 pretty soon. So
I'd predict that'll probably be the end of the year. I think end of the year start.
They want you on PS5. So, yeah, it makes sense that they're going to do this. They revamped the first remake to work on the PS5, and then now we're going to get this chunky monster. So, did we all play Final Fantasy VII? I know Everis didn't.
I have, yeah.
I played like the first. I have a good idea of like how it plays, but story-wise, and people have told me enough about like the differences between the old school 7 and the
how about you,
remake
Zenith?
7.
Yep.
Do you think we're going to get that big moment in this disc?
Oh, nope. I don't know that much.
I don't know that one. No.
Yes, but it's going to be different, and that is probably something exciting for me.
That's going to be the cliffhanger of disc 2. I'm calling it. That makes the most sense. That's going to be the cliffhanger of disc 2.
I only need to play Intermission, the extra content they added for the PS5 version, and that's it. I'm caught up.
Yeah, this one covers where you left. This point now, the team has left Midgar, and then now you're going to start getting into Nebelheim and all these places. You know, you're going to start exploring the Cloud backstory. You're going to start getting the what's his name in the one that they just remade, Crisis. Zack.
Zack.
Yeah. You're going to get the Zack storyline in this one and stuff like that. So this one's good. It makes sense that this is 2 discs. This is a big chunk of the game.
Yeah.
I want to see the wow, why am my brain farting right now? The name. What's the name of the saucer? I want to see the saucer place.
Gold saucer?
The golden saucer. I want to see what they do with the golden saucer.
Did you imagine that whole like play thing if it was remastered?
Yep. Because, I want to see the golden saucer so bad in this thing. So that is 2024.
It was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad that like Final Fantasy VII, like they toned down some of the ridiculousness, but like at the same time they made at least some of it like kind of like, you know, fun, but also still believable and not be because of like, you know how, because it kind of felt like some of the games back then, it's like, how about we just reach really, really far just to tell a big joke because we can, and we're not really taking ourselves seriously.
Yeah.
So, like back then, you can get away with it a lot more than, well, especially like, you know, like for core titles now. Because would you see something like, well, like a cross-dressing Cloud in like say Final Fantasy 16?
That's what's interesting. I'm actually honestly surprised that they went through with the Cloud, the cross-dressing Cloud in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm surprised they went through with it.
Yeah, I think how they did it actually made sense. So it was kind of interesting because in the original, like obviously back then, like your opinion was like our opinion could have been a lot different. But when you hold it to like that, the kind of standard that we have of modern gaming, when you look back at it, Like it's one of those ideas that sound like aged like spoiled milk, but they still went and did it anyway, but changed it up. Like I would love to see more of those ideas for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I hope they do it. I'm excited for it. 7 is one of my favorite Final Fantasies ever. It's up there with 6. So that is November. Not November. I'm sorry. That is 2024.
Yep.
So that is coming soon. We had the Mortal Kombat 1 gameplay, the Mortal Kombat like reboot. Yep. Goriest Mortal Kombat ever.
Yep.
And it's going.
That's the one that Nintendo made. Like, what was it? The one where they released Mortal Kombat on Nintendo, but it was like with different graphics that weren't as
sweat. Yeah, they
were
all the blood was sweat.
Yeah, it was all sweat.
Now, I don't even think this is on Switch.
No. It's
not
going to be on Switch. No, it's too much for Switch. Have you seen the file size for it?
No. The 100
It's
gigs.
100 gig.
God
it's
damn.
100 gig.
That's all full motion video fatalities right there, people.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
100 gigs?
100 gig.
I think that just goes to show that Nintendo really needs to start or like hurry up and announce their next console, because now companies are like, hey, if this runs on PS5 and whatever Xbox's new console is, sorry, I keep forgetting the name.
The chat here says Moist Combat. I'm for it. I can't wait.
Combat.
Oh my god.
I'm kind of a fighting game nerd to an extent. It reminds me.
I don't really care too much.
It reminds me of like that youth. We talked about it the last episode about me in the arcades and playing Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and all that kind of stuff. So Mortal Kombat holds a special place in my heart. I cannot wait for this reboot. You're going to have like pair ups and team fighting and all this kind of stuff. You can partner up with, I think anyone in the roster now, and they'll come in and do sneak attacks and stuff like that. It's really cool. Pretty interesting how they just managed to
There's also rumors that they're going to add like characters that are not in Mortal Kombat, like Omni-Man's going to be like possibly one that they might add into
the big news they announced is that Jean-Claude Van Damme will actually represent Johnny Cage. Jean-Claude Van Damme was a 90s action star that Johnny Cage is literally based off of. And they just could never get him.
And now they did.
Now they have him. So, any opinions on Mortal Kombat before we move forward here?
Looks good.
Looks good.
Probably not my cup of tea.
Is it one of those sale games for you? Like it hits that $10 to $15 mark, and then you're like, okay, I'll jump in, or nah?
Nah, I'm not really into fighting games.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
I
Everis doesn't button mash. She made that clear.
Yeah.
Well, don't put it like that. Like
I'm not. You said you don't like button mashers. It's okay.
I did, but that was like one excuse of many. A lot of it's just like it's pretty repetitive in my opinion.
Yeah, no,
I'm more of like I like this story. I like to immerse myself in story and.
Yeah, no one plays Mortal Kombat.
Story and lore is kind of my jam.
Yeah, no one plays Mortal Kombat for in-depth stories. It's all just beat the crap out of your opponent.
Mortal Kombat does have story. It just gets rebooted every so often. That's all.
All right.
It's not story.
And then let's see what else do we have here. We got the Alan Wake 2 gameplay.
Yeah, that was all right.
That was all right. I never played the first one, but now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, the first one I've not played yet. I need to before I get the second one. The first one's like over 10 years old though, so graphically it would be decent on PC and stuff like that. This one does look a lot more modern compared to the original.
It looks graphically revamped and it looks more
for sure. And
definitely
you play as a new character as well, and so there's 2 characters you control in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably jump on they remastered Alan Wake not too long ago, so I probably added to the list of things to do here. Add that to the list.
Yeah,
we got 3 more on the list here that are notable mentions, and then we'll let the panel kind of chime in. Go for it, Dale. You wanted to chime in?
Did I? I don't know.
Oh, I thought you raised your finger up to chime in. Sorry, no, I saw it at the corner of my eye. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's what I saw. I was like, oh, and then we got Sonic Superstars, a side-scrolling returning Sonic to original form.
Yep.
How do we feel about that?
As soon as I saw that, I was immediately messaging my friend saying, "Look, Sonic!"
Like old school, like side scrolling, running through tunnels and pipes and everything. Sonic.
Yeah, controlling
They brought
4
back
different
classic
characters.
look for 'em.
Is it 3D or 2D?
It's yeah, it's that side scrolling.
Like, it goes side,
Yeah.
but sometimes you
It's-
do the
2.5D.
So it's side
sometimes you do the front
scrolling.
way where it's like left to
Oh,
right.
Yeah,
So it's
you know.
side scrolling 2D, but the characters look 3D.
yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
that multi-layered
Yeah.
shadow box effect, I guess you could call it.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
I mean, like, it looks like the levels are designed with like 3D engines in mind, but it's from just like an entirely 2D perspective, which is cool.
They're all new levels as well, so they're not actually reusing old levels. They're actually making brand new custom levels.
yeah, that's I think the cool part of this is. So here's a question for the panel here: will this bring back Sonic back to like form, like where he should be, or do you think this is just one of those flukes, and then we're gonna go back to weird Sonic nonsense?
Oh, we're definitely gonna go back to weird Sonic. I have no doubt in my mind. Did
Fluke Sonic's happening.
They're always trying to test the boundaries of what what is possible with the Sonic franchise.
We literally just got Sonic of the Wild.
They're gonna be like, "Hey, we did it! Let's go!" And then all of a sudden, the next one is going to just be just like where they try and pander to a certain crowd, and it's like, no, Sonic doesn't need to be like emo and edgy.
I've already got the perfect idea. Sonic Evangelion.
It'll happen.
Sonic's
gonna get into a cyborg robot.
Yeah.
And pilot it.
Also, what do you mean, like, Sonic, the edgiest character in Sonic is Shadow? So they've already had a Shadow the Hedgehog game.
Morgan's husband.
What?
Elaborate. Morgan is a Shadow appreciator, is what you're saying.
Morgan, do you have a crush on a cartoon character?
She's gonna have to defend herself for that.
Does that make Morgan a furry?
Sorry, what?
Well, she just keeps anytime she has like a video game reference, like there's an 80% chance of it being either Sonic or Beyond the Beyond.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it's Sonic. It's Sonic's what Morgan's jam is. Okay.
Shadow.
Or she'll like make like a white chick's reference.
Okay.
That's such a 180. I love Shadow the Hedgehog.
I know. It's like one of the 3 references, never anything else.
Does she do the whole like what is it? Does she do the whole car thing where does she do that to you?
You do.
Yeah. She sings the song to you and everything. Is it that good or no? You have no idea what I'm talking about. Clearly you never watched White Chicks.
No.
She references other things. Clearly you don't pay attention.
No.
He's not paying attention right now. Like, look at his face.
He's distracted.
Saying things in chat?
Yeah.
Oh, Moist Combat. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That was like 20 minutes ago.
That was so long
I was paying
ago.
attention to things
That was
in chat.
literally the last episode.
Okay, we clearly have a case of undiagnosed ADHD here.
Okay.
I thought we established this.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I see someone saying "fuck you, Zenith." That's about it. Oh, and Terry Crews.
Terry's back.
Did you guys see that that Nicolas Cage is coming to WWE?
Holy shit, someone said it
Oh,
again,
yeah.
Zenith.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay. Spider-Man 2 got a release date.
Yes.
We're getting it October 22nd.
Yeah.
Are we in line for
Aye.
Spider-Man?
I'm so tempted to buy the collector's edition, but I don't know if it's worth it or not to me.
I don't know.
Do you have shelf space?
Yeah.
I can make space.
Let's get it trending on Twitter. Hashtag fuck you, Zenith is trending on Twitter.
Hashtag fuck you, Zenith.
Let's see if we can get Elon to do it. Like,
Probably.
let's see if we can get
If someone
Elon.
pays him.
Someone
yeah,
has
it
to
would.
have the check mark first.
He would only listen to you if you pay for Twitter.
Hashtag legend for bottom.
If he responds, I will pay the $8.
Is
If
it
he does it,
$8?
that'll be worth it.
Yeah.
He only pays attention to the blue check marks.
Is it $7.99 or $8?
I don't care at this
Who
point. If I can get Elon Musk to tell Zenith to fuck himself, that's worth every penny.
That would be like okay, I can die now moment, you know?
Yeah.
That's you've made it, Zenith. When Elon tells you.
But I have a feeling this is being clipped. I hate it.
Oh
Thanks.
yeah. Oh, the whole section's going to get turned into a video. It's okay.
Yeah,
That's
the
worth
title
every
of this
penny.
podcast, fuck Zenith.
Yep.
That's the
Wait,
title.
fuck you, Zenith.
Hashtag fuck you, Zenith is the title of the pod this week. I can't.
I'm sure that'll fly over with Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
I just put a little asterisk thing in the U.
Yeah, good friends, fuck Zenith.
That is a very out of context title.
That could be taken out. Yeah, I was just gonna say that. That could be taken out of context.
Wait, no, yeah.
Yeah, now you just realized that.
I think I saw that movie.
And I thought Morgan was bad. Jesus.
What? How is it? Come on. You have got to be shitting me right now that no one else. Okay, whatever. I'll get my head out of the gutter.
She gave it
I'm
up.
not going to be Morgan 2.0.
Morgan 3.0.
Who's the 2.0?
Yeah, who's the 2.0?
Zen, of course.
I think
No?
Zen's in a league of his own. Zen does not mirror anybody. Zen is his own creation.
I'm
Exactly.
sorry, but Morgan and Zen mirror each other so many times.
I am the monster of my own creation. I came out of my own womb. Thank you very much.
I mean, I think Zenith influences Morgan.
And Morgan also influences Zen sometimes. I've seen that.
No.
I was born before her.
No, I think Zenith influences Morgan, and then Morgan reaches this unattainable feat to match Zenith's energy, but it's not doable. But somehow she tries, and it just gets better and better.
Yeah,
So
and then
about that
to reality in
Spider-Man
it.
2 game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Spider-Man
back to
2.
video
Sorry.
games. Sorry, Spider-Man 2. We got off a tangent there.
Yes.
You don't know if you're gonna buy it. You don't have. Do you have the shelf? Do we establish if you have the shelf space?
I can make shelf space. I mean, the statue
You just
is 19.
you just build like an extension, like a little square off the side of your shelf, just for the spider.
Yeah, it's 19-inch tall statue of like Venom, Miles Morales, and Peter Parker. So it's gonna be cool.
Is it large? How big is it?
19 inches.
Dill is going to like this game so much he buys a copy for everyone here on the podcast.
It wouldn't surprise
Dale.
me. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, like if I'm willing to spend like £220 on a collector's edition, I'm more than happy to fork over $80 for everyone else.
Hey.
We should start our own like GameFly type of thing. Like we just have a box where we ship the games to. Here you go. Here's the key. Ship them to PO boxes.
I already know that when the game comes out, I'm booking the weekend off from work. And I'm like gonna put like probably 12 hours into it each day, because that's what I did for the first game. The first game I played all weekend and finished it within like 30 hours.
That's a good one.
I platinumed it within like a day or two.
And then you did 5 other playthroughs.
Is this a playthrough on your own game, or is this a stream game?
Stream, and then my own time. I'm gonna play it on stream, and then I'm gonna play it my own time like the first game.
Yep.
I'll buy it. I'm up for it.
Oh yeah, so the first game was so good to me that it was pretty much my game of the year that year. It didn't win game of the year, but like it was my game of the year.
Okay. How about this Twisted Metal Peacock TV show that's going down? I can't be the only one that saw this trailer.
Oh, I did.
I saw it. Yeah, it looks fun.
It was interesting.
Is it Morbius levels of bad?
We've yet to see more before it's Morbius levels of bad.
I think I'll pass on it.
Not Morbin time.
You'll pass on it being Morbius levels of bad, or you're just going to pass on it in general?
Did you just say it's Morgan time?
Morbin time.
I said Morbin.
Okay.
Morbin.
Well, because I have been calling
time.
Morgan Morbin for like the past
no.
month.
What?
That's the Morbius effect.
So is it? I don't know. I think it looks bad.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Into it.
I don't know. They started doing the thong song or whatever in the middle of this whole. I was like, this is so damn awkward.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see for the show. More of a trailer to come out really for it, I guess.
Oh my god. No one wants to see the thong.
Yeah. It's a pass for me.
All right. Before we move out of Summer Games Fest, is there anything in that list in the link article there that anyone wants to bring up?
Nicolas Cage in Dead by Daylight.
We all kind of knew that, but they actually just brought him on live on stage.
Oh my god. I wish they would just stop with these awkward cameos.
It is weird, isn't it?
Oh my god.
I don't play DVD, but it's just
oh my god. It's not even
the preview was awkward, but at the same time it was cool to see him on the stage.
That's the part that bothers me. Well, these are the things that bother me when they do this stuff. What was it like the other year when it was Keanu Reeves, it was awkward as hell. And then they just that
was like sensational.
That was awesome. Just the game wasn't
okay.
Awesome,
when he's by himself, when Keanu was by himself and he was doing, hyping. Okay, I'm okay with that. It's when Jeff Keighley gets involved and they have the conversation. It is the most awkward looking thing. Same with this Nicolas Cage one. How did you get into this video game?
Like, let's be real. All video game showcases are really awkward. Like, I don't know why they can't get decent people to like, either write for this or announce this. Like, it's always really like just like stiff, and you can tell that they're saying somebody else's joke, that kind of thing. The whole thing is awkward. Like, the whole thing is awkward.
I feel like the vibe I got from the Nicolas Cage Jeff Keighley thing is it looked like Nicolas Cage was seeing himself for the first time after the whole thing. Like, he left it in their hands to make it. He saw it. He realized he looks like shit, and now he doesn't know how to react to it on stage in a live audience. That's how I get the vibe I got from this thing.
Yeah.
No surprises there.
And of all games, it's Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Like, I play this crazy monster hunting video.
What do you think would be a better, more appropriate game for this?
You know what? Put him in as an extra in like The Last of Us or something. I feel like he would fit better in that than this fucking Dead by Daylight. You know what I mean?
Put him in that Last of Us multiplayer.
Yeah. Give him a cameo in the TV show.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks so bad. And it's not even like a horror character that I'm all for Dead by Daylight doing the horror skins, the Halloween, Ghostface.
I see him doing something. I see him being in like Mortal Kombat or some kind of.
That would be better too. Yeah, but the problem I have with this thing, all these cool like skins they've done for Dead by Daylight, and out of nowhere, Nicolas Cage. It's not even a horror character he played. It's just Nicolas Cage.
I know.
They should just have like
it's a meme.
You should be in the Avengers game. Like, you have Spider-Man, Thor, Captain America, and then Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Of course.
The most powerful of them all.
Oh, man.
The sloth from the Goonies would be more fun in Dead by Daylight than Nicolas Cage.
I'll be interested.
I'm telling you. Thank you. Someone here in the chat, please. Thank you. Dragonfly here says, I wish they would do classic Universal monsters, Dracula, the Mummy, Wolfman, etc. Like actual legit horror stuff that would fit Dead by Daylight. Not fucking Nicolas Cage where you don't know if it's...
It's because Nicolas Cage is a meme.
Yeah.
He's a meme. It's not so much that they're doing it for Nicolas Cage, it's because they're doing it because of the meme of Nicolas Cage.
So what you're telling me here is they actually wanted Pedro Pascal, but they couldn't get Pedro Pascal, so they got Nicolas Cage.
Right. Yeah.
Well, no, you're still thinking of it as Nicolas Cage. I'm talking about the meme of Nicolas Cage. Like, he's a meme. Like, it's a meme thing where he accepts anything and everything, regardless if it's good or bad, and he's there.
Money.
I mean, isn't he in a movie that's kind of based off of himself being a meme?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently it's really good.
Yeah. From what I understand, he ran into a lot of financial problems like in the early 2000s and all that stuff. So he took on a bunch of these movies that quite frankly aren't very good, but he needed a paycheck.
Yeah.
Now that he's kind of gotten out of that realm, he's trying to bump his career back. I'm sorry, dude, this ain't the way to do it. But I agree. Nicolas Cage, if you want it, go get the skin. Go play Dead by Daylight. Enjoy. I just think it's just preposterous.
I just wanted to bring it up because I think it's hilarious. I think it's so funny.
Yeah.
I don't play it. I don't play Dead by Daylight at all, but I just thought it was so. It just like you scroll down, it's like Nicolas Cage and Dead by Daylight. Like okay. Anyway,
anything else from this main broadcast here, or do we want to move on to Xbox?
I'd like to mention one thing.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure everyone was surprised when they saw this trailer. Pokemon with guns.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you what you thought about this. Give us a 1-minute blurb on your opinion of Pokemon with guns.
It looks like a lawsuit waiting to happen.
That's okay. You know how you get out of that lawsuit? Put Nicolas Cage in the Pokemon game.
Yes.
Be Nicolas Cage, and he can shoot Pikachu in the face. Voiced by Ryan Reynolds.
Thank you.
No, Morgan. It's a game called Pal World, and it's coming out in early access in January, according to what it says. And it literally looks like Pokemon, but with guns, with like automation stuff, with like violence, the whole 9 yards. Like, yeah, it looks insane.
I take it you're playing this still.
I probably will, because I want to know like two things. One, how crazy it is, and two, if this thing will get sued hard.
I don't know if it can get sued. You can't like.
It's the thing is the poke. When I was watching it, I could work out what like creature in the trailer was based on what Pokemon. It wasn't too hard.
If it's that deep, I saw the concept of the game. I didn't look at it that deep. I was like, okay, I can see what they're going with this.
Yeah. So yeah, that was like the most surprising thing I saw.
Okay. So yeah, there you go. That's the Summer Game Fest recap there. Let's go over to the Xbox showcase. I would like to save Starfield for last.
Yes.
So
that's fine.
Yeah, let's segue. Let's kind of breeze past, or let's get to some of this other stuff, and we're going to talk about Starfield last here. Okay, so
there's a lot in this one though. Personally.
Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, we got Fable.
Good stuff.
Super stoked.
Fable trailer.
But based on the trailer, I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. But the fact that it's the Fable game at all, I'm stoked.
I'm loving the fact that it was that
Fable
dude
fans.
from that British IT show.
Oh, Richard Iowati.
Yeah. I'm all for it.
I guess you were fan of the IT crowd then.
Oh, we live and swear by the IT crowd, my dude. It's fairly accurate.
Have you tried turning it on and back off again?
Yep, it's accurate. There's a segment in there where he gets the help desk call and he's like, okay, I'll be right up. And then he hangs it up and then he goes back to reading his comic.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, are you going to go help her? And he's like, when I finish this comic.
I remember the episode where he had literally an entire built automation system for it as well. Yep. And they put the phone on it and it'll just play.
There's a fire and he's like, I'll send an email. Dear sir or madam, fire. Send help. Yeah, good stuff.
Anyway, Fable, yeah.
Fable.
Apparently, all that stuff that we watched as well is actually in the game as well. So, like, it was all in-game captured, basically.
It looks like it's going to be fun, silly, goofy, and leading more into the title of it being a Fable. So that looks like a good game, something that I probably would be interested in.
This looks like a reboot. Am I wrong in thinking this? But this looks like it has reboot vibes.
It's a reboot.
Okay.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things.
Why not redefine the Fable?
It's been gone for so long.
Series.
I think a reboot's the only real way to do it right now.
Yeah.
That and then Star Wars Outlaws. I was intrigued by Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
You are? Okay, cool.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
What are you thinking?
It was like a week ago when I watched it, and I can't remember specific details, but I don't know. It gave kind of like if Assassin's Creed met Star Wars.
That's kind of where I was thinking too.
Yeah, if Assassin's Creed met Star Wars, it was really cool because in the Ubisoft showcase, they actually had like in-game gameplay. Like they had the first like I don't know what 10 minutes, I don't know if it was Far Cry Star Wars. That's I guess so. But they played a very sneaky character in that little snippet of the.
She's definitely like this under the radar, like Han Solo-esque.
But it was cool because it's like, it's not like, I'm really excited that they're putting out a bunch of game studios are now putting out a bunch of Star Wars games. I'm always so for that. Star Wars is dope. But like, it's not just Jedi. You know, now we're getting into like the underworld of Star Wars, which will be a lot of fun. So
feel like the Mandalorian had more of an influence on Outlaws because it's like more bounty hunter based. That one.
That is one of the things about Star Wars that we have that's been an untapped resource for, you know, decades up until when Disney got a hold of it, because it was all those stories were just like in novelizations and comic books and stuff, and was never really on the big screen. It's always been Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now
we're seeing that overpowered human being, and never really get to explore like the more like human kinds of people, like your Han Solos, people that are very mortal in comparison to like Luke Skywalker.
Right. The direct effect that the Empire and stuff has on the citizens of, you know, these star systems is actually a really interesting way to approach the stories. Because it's not just the Jedi that are affected, it's everybody in the galaxy that gets affected by all of this. So it's cool to see that kind of stuff and how they're staying afloat, how they, you know, the jobs they take, the bounty hunters, the thieves, you know, the spice running and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's all interesting thing. I'm excited for this game just like Everis. I'm going to play this.
Yep.
I picked this one for you, Zenith. The Persona 3 Reloaded.
Oh.
Yeah, like we didn't know that was coming.
I mean, I heard about it, but like, well, my brother's the one that's into Persona 3, and like I played like a good chunk of Persona 5, but not very far, so probably won't be up my alley.
I tried. I tried.
Well, the thing is,
game.
This
not really for me.
Yeah, the thing is, this game got leaked. Like the announcement for it got leaked like days before this happened by someone, and so I assume that person's now dead thanks to Phil Spencer.
That's pretty intense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll save Starfield for the end here.
Avowed. I'm excited for Avowed.
Yeah.
Avowed is Obsidian's Skyrim, like fantasy RPG kind of. I don't want to say inspired by Skyrim, but it's their version of Skyrim. You know, it's like the whole fantasy RPG open world type thing, which I'm all about. That'll be a big one for me.
Yeah, there's a lot in this too. City Skylines 2, Sim Builder. If you're a Sim Builder out there, City Skylines is great. I think I'm the only one that's in this group that does this, but I'm excited to play Forza. I love racing simulators.
See, that's interesting, because I was just talking with Josh about that. He's like, I don't know anybody who plays racing games.
Dude, I love Gran.
And that has now changed. You are now my racing buddy friend. I
love it. Gran Turismo, Forza, I love these games.
Payday 3.
Wait, Payday 3 it was announced.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's so much to digest.
That's what I'm saying. When I watched this, it was like one thing after another, like boom, 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 boom.
Xbox is the strongest showcase. It does show a lot of good stuff.
Yep.
Which I think they needed to do. On top of that, they announced upgraded Xbox Series X's. You can now get it with 1 terabyte of storage.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes in black. I'm sorry, one Xbox Series S's can come in 1 terabyte of storage. That's the quote unquote budget model. Those come with 1 terabyte of storage. You can get them in black now. So they're pushing some of that hardware. But that is the Xbox showcase. There's so much to unpack. We're going to try to do as much as we can here. Ubisoft's was a lot of Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, full on Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
Well, we're back to our yearly Assassin's Creed releases now.
No, it looks like we're up to multiple Assassin's Creeds per year.
Well, this is different because Codename Red. Let's see, what is it? I think Codename
it's Red or
was the one that was. One of them is a mobile game.
Jade's the mobile game. So Jade will be the mobile release, and then you have 2 that are very similar: Codename Red and then Project Hex.
Yeah, I think they're the VR games, right?
One of them is an online like multiplayer
One of
experience.
them's the VR. Codename Red is the VR one.
Yeah.
The VR one.
Yes.
And then Project Hex was pretty cool. It looked like it was going back to like Salem witch trial times or something like that, which was pretty interesting to me. I got very Blair Witch Project vibes from it. Just that little announcement trailer. But the big news out of this thing here is Assassin's Creed Mirage. Mirage is the next Assassin's Creed that we are getting. It is a semi reboot of the original. I don't want to say it's a reboot, but it hinders back to the original like solo path Assassin's Creed.
It's becoming.
You actually play as an actual assassin,
right?
The past couple of games where it was like, kind of an offshoot, I guess.
Right.
You had similar
last
moves, but you weren't an actual assassin, and this has more of the original Assassin's.
So
Creed
the last
feel.
few Assassin's Creed games, I would like say is Origins was the beginning of the Assassin's Order, so that's when it was first getting its grounding. Odyssey was more of just an adventure game where you had a lot of map vomit. Valhalla did bring some of the Assassin's Creed elements back, but still had more map vomits on it, basically. So, like, it's been a long while since we've had the proper Assassin's Creed game.
It definitely lost its path in trying to... It lost its path when it was trying to find out what it wanted to become. Like, what did they want to do next? And then it just turned into this big old random, like, mishmash and lost path of, like, what to do. This is going back to where I think they needed to do, because this is one of the ones where I'm actually excited to play an Assassin's Creed game again. I got very like major like nostalgia vibes when they did the smoky scene when they lay the victim to rest, and then it does that whole smoky like dream sequence or whatever.
Basically, Assassin's Creed 1. Well, like back to where Assassin's Creed 1 was in my
Middle East
feel and vibes. Yeah.
Middle East. I'm excited to play this. I don't know if anyone's in the same boat as me, but I'm actually like enticed to go play this one. Because
I loved Assassin's Creed 2.
Yes, 2 is my favorite one.
And I played a little bit of the others, but the main Assassin's Creed player in my household is Josh. He is played pretty much every single one. Gotten like 90% of the achievements. Like nice. he's like that kind of. So I've been keeping up with the AC story for a while now through him, and he is thrilled.
Is he okay? So was he getting tired of it? Like that's what I want to know. Like for someone that's a diehard fan of him, was he getting burnt and been like, this is just not cool? Like these are not the games I like anymore.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey burnt him out, I think, because it was so large, and he actually had to apply a mod to it to make your character more OP, to make killing characters easier.
Yeah,
because when he lost the I'm an OP badass assassin vibes with Odyssey, and he had to kind of change that so it would be fun for him again, because it was like every enemy was like fighting a boss. They had so much health. It was hard, had to deflect attack. It just had a different feel, and he likes to be like, okay, I'm gonna jump from a platform, I'm gonna land on somebody, I'm gonna kill him. You know what I mean?
They even did strong emphasis in the trailer. They did a strong emphasis on like the hidden hand blade thing. The assassin blade, like he flicks it out and all that kind of. It's a very like strong emphasis on like, hey, this is the games you grew up with. We're gonna go back to that.
Yeah, he actually popped out in chat and says, loves new gameplay, but not the story. He wants to be an assassin again.
Yeah, which I'm all for it. I think I'm gonna jump on that one. I think that's the thing. And then in the small blurb here, they are working with Netflix to do a production deal on bringing Assassin's Creed to Netflix.
Yeah.
As if we needed more TV shows about video games, but
we're gonna see you soon.
No, but I can see this being an okay show if they pull their strings right.
If Netflix don't fuck it up.
Yeah, or cut it off early, or change their actors mid,
all that
mid show.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. I almost feel like I feel like this is one of those things because there's so many characters they can touch. Because what's going to happen? They're going to do the Ezio thing. Then everyone's going to love the Ezio thing, but then they're going to shift gears and go to a different region in a different time for another season, and it's going to change the pace of the whole show. I feel like that's the only way you could do it.
They could take this in so many avenues. Now that I think about it, they could take this in so many different directions. They could do like a character per season, or they could do
a character per show almost might work, and like have the stories intertwined or whatever. Because it's the whole animus thing. Is the animus or whatever still a thing?
Yeah, the animus is still a thing.
The animus is still a thing. But
even though it's only like 10% of the game, yes, it's still valid.
It's still a thing, but like it's the point where anyone can use the animus now, not just being coded to the DNA of the person.
Dill's getting a little choppy here.
The quiet for sure.
Yeah. You okay there, Dill?
Sorry, I might be too far away from my mic.
That's better.
Is your audio sync? Go ahead and just do a test for me real quick.
Test!
Okay, yeah, he's synced up now. He felt like off sync for a minute. Like it was weird. Okay. Yeah. Zenith, any opinions on any of this?
Honestly, for Assassin's Creed, I'm not really I don't know, just haven't found any that I've been interested about. Mirage does seem interesting because like I would prefer like an older style kind of Assassin's Creed, so I'm not too keen on like the newer ones. Not for me.
Did you ever do like 2 or Brother or any of those Ezio ones that are like?
I didn't get a chance to. I played the first one, and I've unfortunately finished the third one, which was all that great, but.
Third is the American Revolution one or something, right?
That's one of Josh's favorites.
Really?
Okay.
Yes, it is. I think part of it is because he likes that time period, but yeah.
Okay, like I think the ones that everyone praises are 2 and 4, right? The pirate one, like Ezio and the pirate one.
Two is the
pirate one is, in my opinion, is an Assassin's Creed game. It's a fun game, but it's not an Assassin's Creed game.
Interesting.
I mean, I think what made Assassin's Creed 4 fun was just the pirate element. That's why everyone loved it. Being a pirate was cool.
Yeah, I think that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I want to be a pirate, and then you're a pirate in this game. But we'll see what happens. That's Assassin's Creed. That was the Ubi forward. There was a lot of like DLC type stuff for Rainbow Six Siege and all of those, but it was mostly the Assassin's Creed show. You are getting another Just Dance 2024. Don't think they messed that out. You're getting another Just Dance.
Did you guys see that they announced like an Avatar game?
Yes.
What? Oh yeah. Avatar. What's it called?
I forget.
Something Pandora.
It's a game that runs parallel to the movies.
So what's actually interesting is it does look really cool. The graphics look great, but also got me thinking because the Avatar movies are kind of meh for me. Like it's
more about the visuals than the story.
Yeah, the visuals are great. The story is just terrible. But it also got me thinking maybe Avatar would make more sense if it was a video game as opposed to a movie. Because I think I would probably actually enjoy checking it out because it looks like Far Cry.
Avatar is one of those movies that I never thought I would see come back and have the same impact like 20 years later.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe a single word whenever they say, "Oh, it's one of the best movies of all time."
It's weird, right? Like that movie was that movie was a huge deal, but it is a huge deal in this small pocket of time.
Yeah, I don't know. I hardly know anyone that's seen that movie or has wanted to see that movie, which is so weird.
The new one?
Yeah, the new one.
Or the first one?
Yeah, they're making it seem like it's like the most watched movie since the Titanic. Like,
they're putting this thing in the same realm. They're putting Avatar in the same realm of timelessness as like Back to the Future and all these other iconic like pop culture movies, and it ain't it.
All I know is that they made a big deal out of it because of the way they filmed the water.
Yeah.
And how they filmed the water. You know,
it's all visuals. It's like just a visual.
Right. It does. No one gives a crap about the story, but yeah, apparently it was pretty.
I see this here. I missed this Avatar You're talking about Frontiers of Pandora, right?
Yeah, Frontiers of Pandora. That comes out
really cool.
December.
Give it a look.
Okay. You know what? I will see about this. I will look at some trailers and I'll make an assessment on this. At the next episode, I'll give you this because Avatar is one of those things I wish stayed gone. Like I just wish it disappeared.
James Cameron making sure that doesn't happen.
I like it because I'm a lore, immerse myself in a different world kind of person.
Right.
But that's the only reason. Because I like to see cool plants and I like to, experience new things and, jump off waterfalls. It just, that's the kind of thing that I'm in. But
are you a plant person? Like, do you go to like Home Depot and buy plants and all that kind of stuff? One plant.
She's got plants right there.
That's one plant.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I see
6,
now. Sorry,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then there's 13, 14 over there, 15.
Oh,
there's
Jesus,
3 in the bathroom.
Okay, there you go.
There's 3 in the bathroom. Yeah, there's a lot.
The one, to be fair,
Give or take about 20.
To be fair, the one that's in your bottom right-hand corner there, it like literally looks like it would be one plant if I'm looking at the screen.
My little, I know. It's kind of like a green
tree.
mosh pit over here.
Yeah, okay. You are one. You have them hanging up in the kitchen and stuff?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, I do.
If you ever want to get Everis a gift, get her a plant.
That's right. I tell Josh, don't buy me flowers, buy me a plant.
Aww.
Plants live forever. Flowers do not.
Pau prefers flowers. She's like, give me flowers. I'm like, okay. But that was the Ubisoft thing. Capcom was very, very light, but the only thing that I was really, really interested out of the Capcom thing was that Mega Man game. I don't know what it is, but it's Mega Man X, and I watch. But
I did not see this.
You're not an Ace Attorney guy?
No. I think, Zenith, you played those, right? Ace Attorneys? Or was it someone else that mentioned Ace Attorney to me?
Yeah, I completely missed the Capcom showcase.
That's okay.
I didn't watch it either.
I watched a lot of people, half of it.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know. There's a Mega Man X game coming if you want to watch the trailer. I can't tell what type of game it is, but all I see is Mega Man X-esque gameplay, and I'm in. But there is an Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy coming. Zenith's befuddled right now. Look at him.
I don't know. I probably would need to watch a trailer for this, but cool. For Mega Man fans, but
Is that not you?
Really
Are you
me.
not a Mega Man fan?
Nah.
No, that's okay.
Is there anything that we haven't mentioned that you're interested in, Zen? Or is this kind of a lame year for you?
Yeah, you know what? Of all this good shit that's come out this year, Zen is just like, eh.
I mean, Zen's already played his game of the year. It's Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, the game that I'm on this entire thing that I'm most excited about is actually Starfield.
Okay, let's go there now.
Yeah, Starfield.
Let's
Okay,
go there.
But-
That big thing,
You'd
right?
be interested in Starfield.
That
But
big
I will
thing
say,
right there,
though,
right?
Yeah, but I will say though, I mean, there's a lot of exciting things for multiple different genres. I'm excited for Fable fans, Star Wars fans. There's lots of good stuff. Sonic fans, even Sonic as Superstars is probably a game that I would get. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I definitely want that because I did love Final Fantasy VII Remake. But as for that, there really isn't a lot of games that for me that I want, because Nintendo, there's no Nintendo games that I know that's coming out that I'm really interested in. I know that there's Pikmin. I don't even know if it's out yet or not.
It comes out July or August, Pikmin 4.
Yeah, other than that, the prospective cupboard of you getting games is going to be rather bare.
Okay.
July. Comes out the 21st of July.
Okay.
That's Pikmin, right?
Yeah.
4, yeah.
Okay. So on that note, Zena's brought it up. He said he's actually excited for Starfield. So let's talk about Starfield for a few minutes here before we head out.
Okay.
There's a lot to unpack in this game.
Oh, yeah.
And I know we talked about it pre-Everis. We talked about it earlier last year, I think it was. And the panel's consensus was we weren't all that impressed. We were like, okay, they slapped a space skin on Skyrim, and then that's where we're at. That's literally the opinion we pretty much had.
I would say they slapped a skin on Fallout, but yeah.
Yeah. And then
I'd say they slapped a skin on Fallout, and then they've taken traits from other games to the overworld stuff. I feel like is Mass Effect, about Mass Effect vibes, where you've seen all the planets and everything like that, and scanning them. Customization in this game looks insane. Like
That's where this is a customizer's dream.
Did you see them build that like ship that looked like a mecha?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they flew it.
You know damn well people are gonna make a penis ship. They are going to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
or back scratcher, you know.
Who wouldn't back scratcher? The ship.
They're going to make a mecha Gundam that has like a giant wing.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And it's going to shoot out fire and lasers from the tip of the cock.
I mean, we already saw that in Tears of the Kingdom, so
that's true.
It extends out. Yep. It's like
yes, when you initiate the thrusters, the penis gets longer.
Yeah, it's just, Jesus Christ.
Stop.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of elements in the stuff that I'm kind of intrigued by. So like one of the things that really grabbed my attention was like, oh, to get to this star system or whatever they refer to it as, you have to upgrade. You might have to upgrade your ship to even make it there and all that kind of stuff. It creates this whole layering of like, okay, I can't just go to this place because it's telling me to. I need to prep myself to actually get there.
You have to farm. You probably have to farm some materials and
they've already said that. Yeah,
materials and all this stuff that
actually I see no issue with.
Right,
so a lot of people would be like, "Oh, that sucks," but I'm just like, "Oh yeah, move forward, let's go."
The combat itself, the gun combat and stuff, it looks really fast paced and interesting. It looks a lot more. I would say I would say it's on like a level of like a Mass Effect action, you know, like Mass Effect 2, that action shooting,
like first person Mass Effect.
Yeah, because what I really love about the combat is the fact that like each planet has its own different types of gravity, whether it be low or high. Like it can really affect gameplay. So I think just for that, like going around and exploring the different planets and finding all these like enemy outposts would actually be very exciting because you have to change up your strategy depending on your the environment and the level of gravity.
My opinion of this game has totally changed.
Same.
It looks better than what I thought initially will be. My only critique on the game is, well, two actually. One, how broken it's going to be on launch, because let's not forget it's Bethesda. It's Bethesda.
Well, have you seen that tweet or quote that this is probably going to be the Bethesda's most glitch-free launch, and we're all just like, I don't know about that.
No,
it's much a larger game. There's more components that, you know.
Yeah, and they've worked a long time on this game.
Yeah, how long have they spent on this?
10 years.
That's 10 years? Lot. They started this after Fallout 4, I'm guessing.
Yeah, 10 years then. Near enough 10 years. At least. Fallout 4 was 2014, so that's 9 to 10 years.
Okay, so this is definitely what they started working on after Fallout 4.
Yeah. But then, like, it's still Bethesda, and Bethesda made broken games. It's their trademark.
But not so broken you couldn't play them.
No,
that's
but
the
like
thing
broken.
Too.
The difference is it broken you see bugs, or is it broken that you can't play it? It's unplayable.
Right, that's the difference.
It's like broken, but you can still play it, except for Fallout 76, obviously. That was a whole different thing.
We're forgetting too, Dill. We're forgetting too here that the big thing we're missing here is now that Bethesda's under the watchful eye of Microsoft.
Well, not for long. Not for a long time though. Like they were only recently got adopted by Microsoft. That's the thing. So like they were still working on this game before Microsoft like bought them.
Right, but the level of QA that Microsoft puts in versus Bethesda solo might have an effect on, you know, what we're getting at launch.
It might. We'll have to wait and see when the game does launch and how it like plays and everything like that.
I think it's in Microsoft's best interest too to see that this game comes out with the best fare humanly possible, because not only that, Microsoft is investing a lot in this thing. They've got the Starfield controller, they've got the Starfield, you know, watch, all that. The watch is fucking rad.
Yeah.
It's really Josh pre-ordered the watch.
The watch is
Of course he did.
badass.
Yeah, he pre-ordered it.
It's cool. It's the Pip-Boy thing was cool back in Fallout 4, like when they did the Pip-Boy collector's edition. That thing was cool. You put your phone or whatever, but it's not practical. The watch is literally practical.
Yeah.
So the watch is really cool, but they are putting a lot of effort into this thing. They're putting promotion into this thing. You know,
They had a whole 30-minute broadcast of like real game. You know what I mean? Like it's
Real
not.
gameplay.
It's not. Yeah, exactly. It's not just like, oh, here's a snippet of what could be. It's like, this is people playing this game and it's ready now, you know?
So are we all, is Starfield going to be our discussion in, what is it? 3 months?
Yeah, probably 3 months'
September,
time.
right?
September.
Also, another thing to mention too, if you do
October,
pre-order the
September.
premium edition or higher, you get 5 days early access to the game.
Yes.
Right. Which is crazy. They are really pushing this thing. I think it's in their best interest to have the best.
September 6th.
6 for the full launch, and then first for anyone who pre-ordered the premium and like above.
So, yeah, there's so much to unpack in this game. You have all the spaceship customization. You need the spaceship customizations to make it to certain planets. As Zenith mentioned, the gravity variances and environmental variance in between the different star systems or planets, whichever they're referring it to.
This game was the biggest turnaround for me personally.
Same here.
Like, where I was like, okay, whatever, this is gonna be a Josh game. He's into this kind of stuff, whatever. And then I watched it and I was like, no, I'm pre-ordering this, I'm buying the watch, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like it was like it was a huge turnaround moment for me. And so much so that I even reached out to my dad, who doesn't even play video games. I was like, look, this is what video games are like now.
Yeah.
You know? And he texted me back. He's texted me back and he's like, yeah, they're narrowing the margin between video game and movie.
Yeah.
And yeah. So it was just a big, I think, huge success on their part that they did all of that, because I think a lot of people were in my seat where they're like, oh yeah, this could be cool, but I don't know. And now I think they gained a huge...
Yeah, this is going to be a lot. This is going to be a huge time sink for a lot of people, I think. And this is, you know, as we wind this down here, because there's so much to unpack in this game, and we'll probably talk about it a little more as, you know, they bring more info out on it. But it's one of those things where it's like I said, this is turning out to be one of the best years in video games ever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It is a huge, huge year. And we were under this thing looking at it, and it's like, oh, Tears of the Kingdom, it's no contest. Right? It's like, oh, Tears of the Kingdom, it's no contest.
Honestly, I didn't think that. I thought Tears of the Kingdom would be at least a contender, but I knew like from the get-go with everything that's coming out that there'd be a lot of contenders for Game of the Year.
What do you think? So Starfield, Tears of the Kingdom,
Final Fantasy 16 is going to be in
16.
there.
Resident Evil 4 remake could make it.
Resident Evil 4 remake, I would put in there.
Yeah. I think that would be a good contender.
I don't think it'll win, but it'll be up there.
No, it'll be up there.
It'll be up there.
What else do we have?
I don't know. Marvel Spider-Man 2, maybe.
Yeah, Jedi Survivor.
Like, Jedi Survivor. Yeah, that could be another one.
So it's coming down to this whole thing to where, like I said, it was like one of those things. Was like, oh, it's Tears of the Kingdom, no contest, right? No, Microsoft and Bethesda are seriously coming to play. Like they're like, okay, and they're releasing this massive, huge game.
If you think about it, also, Xbox, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo are all going to have games that are Game of the Year this year, right? Contenders, which is interesting. And
I think this is, for lack of a better word, I think this is just a vomit of everything that they've been holding up on, or like been held up on for the past few years because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
When was the last like year where you can say that this is a great game or a year for games? Well, like when was the last time you could say that about a year?
I want to say it was.
I want to say 2020.
No.
I want to say the year that like Horizon Zero Dawn came out, because there's a lot of like
2017.
Let's see.
No,
here.
like 18 or something.
It's like
28. Oh yeah, 2018. Yeah, because that was like God of War, Marvel Spider-Man 2. No, Marvel Spider-Man. Oh god, yeah.
Let's see here. I know. I want to say it was like
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. We're looking at
2018. Absolute 2018.
No, I think 2007, that era was a big deal because you had like Half-Life 2, you had Portal Collection, you had Mass Effect, Uncharted, Super Mario Galaxy. Like that was a huge year.
I mean, 2018 just for me because God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate came out that year.
Yeah, because like 2007 alone, 2007 you have Portal, you have Call of Duty 4, the original Modern Warfare, you have Halo 3, you have Rock Band, you have Super Mario Galaxy. That's a huge year. 2013's another big one. That's GTA 5, Last of Us, BioShock Infinite, Final Fantasy 14. You know, there's just so many of these years that really, are just stacked with good games. But I haven't seen a year like this in a long time. It's always been one or two games that dominate the year.
Not like a dozen games.
Yeah, this year there's literally 10 games that we think are going to be. There's stuff that probably haven't even thought to play yet, and then we play them and they're like, holy shit, this is a really good game.
You never know. They actually might release Silksong this year, and then now we'll play another one.
Should we do a super early game of the year prediction? And then maybe come back to this like a few months down the road?
When is awards?
December.
December.
Yeah, December. So we can do another one, like another prediction, like the podcast before the Game Awards.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We're gonna we gotta have a meeting on it, but we have to plan that out too because we're already in June, so we're already at the halfway mark of the year. So we're gonna have to plan it out because we go on break too for the holidays, so we have to plan that whole thing out. But it's just such a stack year. I don't even we have Spider-Man 2 this year.
Yeah.
Like you think about, oh shit, there's Spider-Man,
Can't wait for that game so badly.
It's nuts. But it all kicked off with Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 is phenomenal.
Well, what about the Dead Space remake came out in January?
I don't know if that's a good remake, but I don't know if it's up for Game of the Year. Resident Evil 4 definitely will be in there.
I thought it was a good starting point though.
I'm calling it now. Yeah. It's going to be RE4. It's going to be Tears of the Kingdom. It's going to be Final Fantasy 16. It's going to be Starfield and Spider-Man. That's where my money's at.
I'm with you there. I'll join in on the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's going to come down to those choices.
It's going to be those choices.
I think Starfield is going to win it.
If I'm calling it, I think it's going to be between Tears of the Kingdom and assuming the game runs well. Assuming it runs well, I'm thinking it's going to be between Tears of the Kingdom and Starfield.
It just works.
But is the chat chiming in on any of this?
Probably.
Not quite yet. But I feel like it's going to be those two. Final Fantasy 16 might be in the third there. Just what I played in that demo, I'm like, this is crazy insane.
Yeah, so I think it's between Final Fantasy 16 and Starfield.
I'm so excited about that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I wasn't before, but now I am.
Comes out Thursday.
I think everyone in my community will be excited for me to play a Final Fantasy game, finally. It's
going to be a long one. I can tell you now. It's going to be a long one, so gear up. But you're probably looking at...
I just got done with Witcher.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of Tears of the Kingdom. That's all I do. That was like my little slogan is like, do you enjoy watching streams where you play games that are way too long? Well, this is a channel for you. That's all. That's my motif.
Morgan was like, I didn't see anything about Final Fantasy 16 because they announced all the Final Fantasy 16 stuff back like a month or two ago with that Sony PlayStation.
Yeah, the showcase.
I mean, she lives under a rock. She doesn't know what a bagel is, so you have to take it with a grain of salt.
She never had a bagel.
She doesn't know what a bagel is.
Also, anyone who wants to get Final Fantasy 16, you've got 5 days. 5 days.
I got the Steelbook. Yeah,
it's next
Thursday. Thursday, Friday, whatever the thing is.
What do you need to play the demo? Is it a PS5 or do you need a PS?
PS5.
You need a PS5.
Okay. That is something I don't have.
Well,
let me go find the least secure target in the state, and we'll fix that for you.
either that, or you could just watch a gameplay online.
All right, in Diablo 4. Oops, forgot about Diablo 4.
Is Diablo 4
meh.
like is Diablo 4 a contender?
No.
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 It might be
I
a
mean,
contender for multiplayer
and that's-
game, but no.
Yeah, that's coming from someone that like grew up on Diablo 2, but
Yeah.
I think that
I mean-
that whole era is done.
Yeah.
No, I think multiplayer. I think it'll contend for.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
the
like-
sweetest thing
Yeah.
I've read in chat ever. I will run a lemonade stand so we can get Zen a PS5.
Oh. Lemonade for all.
oh, that's so nice. I thought you said you would sell your ass on the market.
Wow.
That would get you way more money.
Is that what
Oh
lemonade
my God.
means?
Damn.
Jesus Christ, Zenith.
Squeeze those lemons.
The feet pics will be
I
fast.
Oh my God,
I take
pal.
back what I said. I take back what I said earlier. You're Morgan 2.0.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Wait, are we talking about Zenith's feet pics or Morgan's feet pics?
Oh my God, Morgan.
Oh my God.
What? I mean, one of these has got
Wow.
to sell.
I'm just looking at what Morgan just said in chat. I'm just
Oh wait, what
why?
did Morgan say?
Oh, that's it. Room from the
Something
staff.
that's something TOS. Something
She said,
TOS.
She will sell my ass for me."
Morgan,
I don't
do
think
not.
so.
Morgan, that is all. Please put a thing in there. That is all jokes and games. You will not actually do that because then we're gonna be in trouble.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to fire from the mod team. Oh well.
Oh no.
We'll just have her change her name to Gaia X Ninja, and then we'll be like, no, this is
Yeah.
a new person.
Yeah. Assassin guy.
Yeah. So that's that. That is a lot to unpack. A lot of games to play.
Yep.
It's going to be a good year. What are we all picking? What's our game of the year? What are we picking? We're starting early. What are we picking?
Is it okay? Is this like what you think you're going to enjoy the most playing, or what do you think that everyone else is going to enjoy the most playing?
You have a box over my head, Eric.
I'm sorry, I got rid of it. What is the what do you think is your game of the year so far? Well, I mean, we already have Zenith.
So far?
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom, easily.
Tears of the Kingdom,
I didn't.
yeah,
This
Tears
is
of
the
the Kingdom.
only new game I've played this year.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom for me with Resident Evil 4 make it a second there because that's the other one I've played as well.
You guys are gonna hate me, but I
Oh.
think I'm gonna go Resident Evil 4 already.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go
Alright.
Resident Evil
Really?
4 over Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
Or
okay, fair enough.
Is that, are they on like even playing field, or are you like favoring one or the over the other?
You know, I
I
would like to
think-
change my vote.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna pull a video game donkey and say Zelda Majora's Mask. Best
Oh.
game of all time. No discussion.
Okay.
Okay.
Baby!
Okay. I think
hope
it's
someone
better
gets
than
that.
Ocarina. But that's just me being crazy, maybe. But okay. To answer Everis's question, I think Resident Evil 4, I think, blew me away more than Tears of the Kingdom did.
That's fair enough. I mean,
It's interesting because it's a game that you've already.
well,
That's an interesting argument because technically, Tears of the Kingdom is an offshoot of Breath of the Wild.
Right. And while
So in
there's
which
all
case-
kinds of new mechanics in Tears of the Kingdom, the jump isn't that crazy versus
Yeah.
like the jump from, the original Resident Evil 2005
Yeah,
to
the
now.
jump on that one is quite. I wasn't expecting that much from the remake of Resident Evil 4 until I played it, and it was a big jump from the original
Yeah.
game.
That's why Tears of the Kingdom is not my pick for game of the year. As great as it is, I don't think it's
Did
enough.
give a Zen 9.5. That's got to
Yeah.
be something.
It's
Mm,
great,
True.
but it didn't change everything. If Tears of the Kingdom, like if we never got Breath of the Wild,
Tears of the Kingdom,
Tears of
hands
the Kingdom,
down,
hands down, game of the year.
would have been an
but this-
experience.
But this really isn't reinventing the wheel. Like it's definitely changing it, it's polishing it, but it's not something new like what Resident Evil 4 was, or what Starfield could be. So
Yeah. And I think, the Final Fantasy 16 argument is interesting because it looks like it's this return to form of what Final Fantasies are.
Yeah.
That experimental phase is kind of like past now, and now they're going back to what, the
That's
bread and butter.
interesting because that's kind of like a theme, isn't it? Because that's what we're getting with Sonic 2. We're getting a new Sonic game, but it's like we're returning back to the old Sonic, and
it's a cash in on nostalgia, I think, to an extent, like, because now the people that are really purchasing these games are like, oh, this is what these players want. Or they look at what's becoming, like, they look at what's working. Like Final Fantasy 14 is doing really well for them. And it fits that whole mold of like traditional Final Fantasy in terms of story and lore. Whereas emo kids riding in cars was just a complete different offshoot of what they've done in the past.
It was about the journey, Eric.
I mean, I guess. I didn't see one damn chocobo in 15. To hell with it.
Well, there was
chocobos in 15.
There was chocobos.
Oh, it was? Okay, then.
Yeah.
I never saw them.
It was.
And then Assassin's Creed 2. I know that hasn't come out yet, but like they're also releasing a game that's bringing it back to the old, those movies. So that's like, I don't know. It's like people took their swim in the big wide ocean and they're coming back to shore. It's interesting.
They people voted with their wallets.
Oh yeah.
Like they're voting with their wallets and be like, no, you know what? I'm tired of these Assassin's Creeds that have too much map vomit. And what are we going to do? And where do I go? And how long is it going to take me to get through this whole thing? Where it's like, okay, let's go back to the straight linear Assassin's Creed. You're jumping off rooftops, landing in haystacks and all that, exciting stuff. And you're getting the classic smoke screen when you take down a foe. Like, it sells. It works. It's doing well. It'll work, I think. But Starfield, like I said, everything on Starfield hinges on that it is not a broken, buggy game at launch.
Basically, yeah.
If
it isn't, it will do well.
Yes.
There will be weird bugs, but it won't be broken.
We're talking game-breaking bugs. And the reason I say game-breaking bugs is because we've also had this year, late 2022, all the way up to mid-2023, of just game-breaking garbage.
Oh, yeah.
So,
like, I can list numerous games that had like that kind of thing. Callisto Protocol, Jedi Survivor actually had it at one point as well.
Yeah.
Dead Space remake had problems. Like Resident Evil 4 had a few problems as well.
Let's make a prediction. Do you think we're going to get a Starfield tweet? Are we going to get a Starfield apology tweet? Are we going to get one?
Oh, absolutely. If there's anything that breaks the game, yes, I think there will be a tweet. There's already a good collection.
Well, you're assuming that. I mean, but you're saying if there is, of course there will be one if there is.
Yes.
Didn't Bethesda give out like an apology tweet for what is it? Fallout 76? Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
I think they'll do it.
And they fixed it, and apparently it's a lot better.
It's a lot better.
But it took them. By that point, they'd already lost a lot of faith in a lot of people with that game because they just completely destroyed it.
To be fair, though, comparing 2023 to 2005 games is always going to be so much more favorable to 2023 games, regardless of any other factor. That's from Prom. Let's see here. In all seriousness, do we want to help Zen get a PS5 so he can play all the games?
I think he should.
It's not a problem of us helping him get it. Is that Zen is a very
responsible man,
honorable, prideful person, and will he accept us helping him?
Probably not.
No.
We would have to
That's the problem I have with Zenith. Is like he doesn't want you to do it.
Yeah. You just gotta do it.
Yeah, my priority is making sure I have a roof over my head than having a PS5 because you can't play your PS5 when
you
if you don't have a roof over your head. Exactly.
But let us help you. Morgan says she's doing it. She's going to put her ass out on the street. I mean, you literally read it right there.
Yeah, that's true.
You have people literally giving up everything they got for you, Zenith, right there in the chat. On that note,
honorable. It's honorable. It's honorable.
It's honorable.
Honor.
I meant in Zen's favor.
We hope you do well, Morgan. We hope you rack it in. We don't know what you're gonna do, but we hope you get there. Anyway, that is it for today. Long pod, a lot to digest. We'll have more discussions with this stuff as it comes out. So we're looking at the next episode, which is 2 weeks out, calendar wise. That is
the
first
of July.
We'll be back on July 1st.
Canada Day.
You guys have a Canada Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
But like, what do you celebrate? What about Canada do you celebrate?
It's Canada's birthday.
Oh, okay. So you
It's
don't
like,
call it
kind of like the 4th of July.
Freedom.
So is that
grill,
the day that when we created Canada?
Four
for you?
F-150s. No, we don't have a holiday that celebrates that. We just celebrate our birthday with fireworks, and it's great.
Yeah,
So
see,
America.
it's like 4th of July.
I'm sorry, I just read this here. Just remember, Morg's ass, not more gas.
Okay. Good call, Chibi. Good call.
Okay. Morgan is not accidentally lewd. We can put that here right now. There's nothing accidental about the thing she says. So yeah, we'll be back on the 1st. I will have some Final Fantasy 16 assessment for you. I'm sure there'll be more Tears of the Kingdom talk. Maybe Everis will have Final Fantasy 16. So we'll have some Final Fantasy 16 talk for you, and then we'll see what goes down in the next episode. Exclamation point social media, as always. You can go ahead and get all the goodies to where you can follow us. MEDIA social media, that'll give you all the link tree, and that'll give you where all the links are. If you liked what you saw here, please feel free to follow this channel. I think we are 2 away now.
Nope.
I think it's 2
2 away from affiliate.
2 away from affiliate.
Close,
if anyone has not
close.
followed yet and you would like to, please, we'd appreciate it very, very much. We are very, very damn close.
It allows us to save our VODs.
Yeah, we need it for the VODs.
It would make it so much easier to clip as well. And emotes.
Emotes, yeah.
And bat scratchers.
Please, Morgan is working to figure out how we can actually have the back scratcher emote. She'll figure it out. And Everis gains emote. We will get them. Okay. You can also go ahead and find this on YouTube. We have up to episode 20 will be uploaded today. You can catch up on all the previous stuff on YouTube. You can get it on Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. Again, Linktree, exclamation point social media. I got Dill, I've got Everis, I've got Zenith, and we are good friends, good games. And we will see you guys soon.